What is up, everybody? Dana White Contender Series is back. A lot of stars have coming out of this. Of course, Sean O'Malley getting a title shot less than 2 weeks from today. Alonzo Menafield. I know I'm forgetting a ton of great fighters that have came out of this. But I'm sure Robert will refresh my memory. He's been watching a lot more of it the last few years because it was on too late for me a lot of times. So this is better. If they keep it at this time, which I don't know if they plan on it, but if they keep it at this time, that'd be great. That would be great. Let's head into the chat. I seen Mr. Robert Kerrigan. What's up, Josiah Perez? Hey, well, thanks for coming in and giving the thumbs up, man. You have a good night, too. Hey, Torrin Brown in the house. How you doing, my man? Hopefully there's some decent fights on here tonight. It should be some competitive fights. I was just looking at some of these guys. I'm assuming it's not counting towards our season, but I just got an email like an hour ago or something that this showed up on Verdict. So that I hope to God that's not counting towards the season, or there would be some people probably not very happy. What's up, Crossy Chimu? Good afternoon, my friend. Anybody know anything about these fighters on here? We got some guys with 100% knock. We got a guy with 100% knockout ratio tonight. We got a guy with almost 100% submission rate through a long amateur career and his pro career so far. So, and I mean, this is a pretty deep pool. A Dana White Contender Series, it always is. A lot of good fighters, have came off here, of course. But let's just break down the first fight. I'm going to bring it up on the screen here since we have a few minutes here. Oh, Schmidt, UFC knew Conor wasn't really going to fight Chandler. UFC loves screwing over guys. Wasted Chandler a whole year having him actually believe he was going to get the McGregor fight. That's why I don't pay attention to anything Conor McGregor says. Until Bruce Buffer is announcing his name on the way to the cage, Torrin, like, I could care less about that guy. He's not an active fighter in my mind. Hasn't been in quite some time. Just another punk. But 1 second. Let's bring this up. On the screen here. All right. First fight up is Cesar, Almeida, and Lucas Fernando. So Lucas Fernando is the favorite coming into this one. I don't think the odds were crazy deep. I'm trying to remember. Let's see if I don't still have my DraftKings up. But Lucas Fernando, not just his regular fights, he's got the one amateur fight, submission guillotine. I don't know how long it took because they didn't record the time correctly. That's usually what it is when it says 0-0. But then you see started out his career with a couple of knockouts. Then submits 2 of the next 4. and then 3 knockouts in his last 4 fights. So, violent fighter. Cesar Almeida only had 3 fights so far, 3 knockouts in those fights. 2 in Shooto, Brazil, which is a heavily respected organization. 1 in Future FC, which is somewhat reputable as well. Even if you haven't heard of it, I have watched a few of their events, and they have had some decent level guys. But all quick knockouts. You see all first round. His last one 38 seconds. So I guess that's what gets you to the big dance in 3 fights, is quick knockouts. Yeah, I'm a little surprised that a guy with only 3 fights is on here. But, who knows? Look at Bo Nickel. I think Bo Nickel still only has like 5 fights. And there's a lot of these guys that they are the Bo Nickel in their sport, whether it's jiu-jitsu or judo or karate. And one thing that I do think rings true, I've heard a lot of wrestlers say this, of course, lately. They would say this about themselves. Doesn't mean it's not true. Is they said, a lot of people said the UFC, especially the first 3 UFCs, proved that Brazilian jiu-jitsu is the superior art. Since the numbers would argue that wrestlers have done overwhelmingly better than any other practitioner in the sport. Like we were talking about, Bo Nickel, top of the food chain in wrestling, but never done MMA, comes in, dude is just dominating everyone they put up against him. And his last opponent, they did have a tougher opponent for him. The guy came in on last minute, yeah. But, to be fighting, I think it's Brad Tavares in only his 3rd fight, that's pretty wild. Even Israel Adesanya, I want to say he had like 15 MMA fights or something, and he had came from kickboxing before that. So he had a ton of fights. Conor will fight Ferguson before he actually takes a tough fight with Justin Gaethje or Chandler. Yep, I agree, Torn. He loves fighting old, washed-up guys. So look at the fact he took a fight with Cowboy over Gaethje back January 2020. Absolutely, Dagestan wrestlers doing very well. Yeah, those Dagestanis have just, man, they have been on fire the last couple of years, haven't they? It's insanity, really. That like one region of the, one small region of the world of an international sport, has brung so many talented fighters to us. And a lot of it's really because of that one family. The Nurmagomedovs, Khabib's dad had trained people. And, I know Khabib talks about he didn't want to fight anymore because, he promised his mother. And I'm not saying I don't believe that. I do. I do believe that's a big part of it. But I believe he also wants to train these guys. After losing his dad, I think he wants to fill that hole. He realizes how much of an impact, his family has had on this sport. All right, they're introducing some of the fighters. What's up? Think Conor versus... What's up, Jose TV? Highly doubtful. I don't think Conor wants anything to do with Chandler. I think Conor probably wants the Nate fight still. He's wanted that fight, and I think it's hilarious that Nate has shown no interest in it for quite some time, because Conor is always the one trying to bait guys and trying to, drag them along, and Nate's like, no, I don't want to fight you. Go out and beat somebody. You haven't earned a shot against me. And whether that's true or not, it's not like Nate's been a champion. It's not, as much as I love Nate Diaz, it's more... We're more fans of him for his personality and his style fighting rather than, being a world beater. He's never been a world champion. He's never, outside of Conor, he's never really beaten a top 10 guy. Well, maybe top 10. I don't know if he's beaten a top 5 guy. Not any time recently. Wouldn't even watch a fight between Ferguson and McGregor at this point, so it wouldn't be competitive whatsoever. That fight at this point is a tailor-made W for Conor. Well, yeah, it would just be stupid. I would hope to God that the UFC wouldn't schedule that fight, but I wouldn't be completely surprised because two things the UFC seems to like to do and that Dana White likes to do, one of them is fuck Tony Ferguson, and the other one is appease anything Conor McGregor wants. So you got both of those things in one fight. Well, no prime Ferguson would have torn Conor into pieces. Oh, that's why he avoided him, man. He never wanted to fight him. He was a horrible style matchup for Conor the whole time back in his prime. Conor always wants to fight Diaz because he wants it back. That's the reason he wanted to fight Dustin. Is his ego can't handle him losing. That getting choked out and thoroughly embarrassed. I mean, when Conor choked out, or when Diaz, choked out Conor McGregor, I think Conor thought of it as one of the most embarrassing moments in his career. It was probably, the most embarrassing moment for a top guy, definitely of that year in all of MMA. Not that he lost to Nate Diaz, but in the way that he lost and how Nate just took him out of there so easily. They should lose their promoter's license if they make Conor versus Ferguson. Dude, I don't disagree with you, Jose. Especially the Ferguson who beat RDA and Pettis. But he didn't beat the Diaz in the second fight. Oh, didn't he beat Diaz in the second fight? He did, but it was a close, contested decision. I did score the fight. I think I've only scored it once. I've watched it many times. I've watched it like at the gym while working out, but only scoring once. I gave it 3 rounds to 2 to Conor, but very close. I definitely thought Nate could have won the fight. So I know Conor wanted to prove that he was better than Nate by winning that rematch. Because Nate, as soon as that happened, he's like, motherfucker, I beat you twice. He's like, I choked you out and I beat you tonight. I don't give a shit what the judges say. Which just infuriates somebody like Conor. Some reason I have to log into ESPN again. It logs me out consistently, man. Especially if you use like multiple screens. Because sometimes I'll be downstairs watching TV. I'll be honest, besides UFC, ESPN Plus just doesn't really have a lot of value to it. I think if you're a hockey fan, I guess, because they were having a lot of the hockey games. I just really haven't gotten that into hockey yet. What's up, Phil D-Roll? What's happening, my man? App every time? Never used to have to do that. Oh, is it doing it every time? It hasn't done it to me in a while. But it does seem to happen when, like I said, I log in and out. And, when I log into an extra device, it won't do it on my phone and my TV up here. But as soon as I log in downstairs, it seems like I come upstairs to this and it's logged out. So let's look at the fights we have tonight real quick. It looks like we're going to get a minute here. So I'm going to bring this back up on the old Sherdog. All right, guys. First fight of the night. We already talked about it. We already broke it down. Cesar Almeida, Lucas Fernando. I do have Lucas in this fight. I think Lucas has just got a ton more experience. Not confident enough to bet on it, though, because Cesar Almeida, we don't really know how good he is, I think, being that he's only had 3 fights, but nobody's lasted, more than a round with him. And in one case, out of just 3 fights, in 38 seconds. If I was Justin Gaethje, I'll accept a fight. McGregor, forget them belts. Go get that money, bro. Yeah, it's prize fighting, but here's the thing. Like, if you accept a fight with McGregor, Torin, are you just going to sit out another year waiting for him and then watch it not materialize and lose a year of your career like Michael Chandler just did? Only reason I have ESPN Plus is to purchase the pay-per-view. Pointless proxy. Well, I like all the weekly shows, man. So we got flyweights, bantamweights, heavyweights, lightweights, middleweights. Coming at us tonight. Like I mentioned, first fight here. We got some middleweights coming up. Then we got Tom, Nolan, and Bogdan. Bogdan Grad's a fucking stud. This guy's got like 10 amateur fights too. 10 or 12 amateur fights. I think the guy's like 24 fights. I mean, he's an absolute monster. Same thing with Kevin's Szaflarski. I know it says 11-1 versus 7-1, but I really favor Kevin. His only loss, I believe that's him I'm thinking of, was his first pro bout. Yeah, he was injured. See, an arm injury. Okay, he had 2 first-round knockouts in the amateurs. Has the one loss because he had an arm injury, and since then he has beaten 11 guys. He's knocked 5 of them out, submitted 4. That one, yeah, it says 1 loss to knockout, but like I said, that was an arm injury, and we just talked about that. So, dude is an absolute stud. Going for the past 4 months, I'm about to file. Oh, plus I have a problem with the ESPN feed only. It goes from HD to this fuzzy mixed up pixels. Like 240p. It does it during TUF and Dana White Contender Series, even sometimes during main events. Saturdays as well. Oh, that sucks, man. Look, I haven't had. Yeah, I would complain. Torrance says, yeah, you're right, Mike. Connor loves playing mind games, so maybe that's why Justin wasn't interested, because he knows Connor's just messing around. Yeah, let Connor play mind games with himself and talk to himself on Twitter. Eventually he's going to fight or he's going to disappear. And at this point, I mean, do we really care which it is? I mean, the guy is just... I'm sorry, I'm sure there are some Connor fans in here, but as a human being, I think the guy is an absolute piece of garbage. I mean, he's got so many rape accusations at this point. I mean, he's like the Irish Bill Cosby. And for some reason, nobody's done anything about it. Like, everybody, oh, yeah, they're all lying. And it's like, well, I can think that, like, the first 1 or 2, I was like, oh, yeah, let's give you a trial. Get innocent until proven guilty. I'm more than willing to give you the benefit of the doubt. When you end up with all these, continued accusations, that's when I'm just like, man, you're just a piece of garbage. Tapper inserts himself into everyone's shine to stay relevant. Yes, exactly. Exactly, King James. I don't know if you're familiar with the term. This is a bit of a crude term. I guess it's slang, but it's a ship burglar. I don't know if you've ever heard anybody called a ship burglar, but a ship burglar is that guy where everybody's hanging out and every time somebody's telling a story or whatever, this guy comes up, interrupts everybody, stops everybody from talking, and tells a bigger fish story, which everybody knows is most likely a lie, because this guy has a bigger story for every story that comes out there. That's Conor McGregor. I think if he comes back, I think I'm going to announce him as the ship burglar. Didn't know Justin Gaethje hated Conor McGregor so much. The beef is definitely real. Well, from everything I know, Justin Gaethje seems like a stand-up, honorable dude. So he's like everything that's the opposite of Conor McGregor. So, I mean, I don't think people should be surprised about me saying anything bad about Conor McGregor at this point. I mean, we should all be surprised that he has any fans at all. That's what surprises me. People hate on John Jones so much, but give Conor a pass like Mr. Perfect. That just goes to show you it's all about who we like. What's up, King James in the house? Robert says cheers. Yeah, but that's McTapper, man. Kevin Borjas by submission plus 2,200. Why are you even putting that, or minus 2,200? Why are you even putting that up? Inca FC Flyweight champion, 3-fight win streak, all 8 wins by knockout, 5 in the first round. And have you guys ever noticed, though, the only time, basically, that the UFC wants to recognize other organizations is during Contender Series, when they need you to know something about these people because they literally have no fights in the UFC. I mean, it's smart. I'm not hating them on it for that, but it's just an observation. Only bad thing about Gaethje is he is managed by that POS Abdulaziz. I don't like Aziz. I mean, I don't like a lot of things he said, but he does really seem to look out for what's best for his fighters, and he has a good relationship with Dana White. So, for those reasons, I understand why fighters would use him. I don't know what he takes as far as percentage. I don't know if he's a Don King type or anything like that. But the one thing I do know is if you have Aziz as your manager, just that is going to make it more likely that you're going to get a title shot. If you're a good fighter and you have Aziz as a manager, you have a much better chance at getting a title shot. Victor Diaz, Titan FC Flyweight champion. He's on a 5-fight win streak, 3 first-round finishes. And they mixed up the order on me here, because that's not the first fight that I have on my card. But that's okay. We can change that easily. Victor Diaz and Kevin Borjas. Flyweights. Oh no, I was looking at the card. I was looking at the card backwards. I didn't realize the order of it. Okay. All right. Victor Diaz, 7 years older at 32, an inch taller at 5'6". He'll have a 1-inch reach advantage at 69 inches, and Victor Diaz is a huge favorite in this one. Referee for this one is Chris Taglioni. I don't know if they're going to do the same referee each match. Weren't they doing that in Contender Series like last season, Robert? All right, Borjas in the blue, Diaz in the red. This one could be quick. So inside leg kick from Diaz to start things out. You see the jiu-jitsu tattoo on the back of Diaz. That's how you know that you're serious, is when you're getting martial arts tattoos. Because nobody wants to get knocked out with jiu-jitsu Jesus on their back. Good outside leg kick there from Diaz. Definitely don't want to get submitted. Oh, man, big combination from Borjas. Jab and the right hook behind it, and there's a great left hook from Borjas. As long as Borjas can keep it standing, he's got a chance. Good left hook to the body for him, but Diaz counters with a left hook over the top. Borjas, I would assume, had some boxing matches. I can tell he's got that boxing stance. Good jab and a 1-2 there. More than an MMA striker. He does land a leg kick there, though, and good head movement. And here comes Diaz to get the takedown. That's the problem with that boxing stance, is that it's very easy to get taken down, and with inside a minute and a half, he's already down. All right, 11 up in the chat. Don't forget to hit that like and share button. Hopefully they continue to have these Contender Series at 4 o'clock. Big shots to the body and the head here from Diaz. I love how Diaz is... Look how he's wrapping Borjas up. You know, the left side of his body up. And the right side, he's pushing down on the canvas. He's trying to get up. So Diaz is just... He's got free shots here. Body and head. Borjas is really not doing anything to stop it. Wow, 4 big shots in a row there to the head. And now he just digs down to the body. Diaz looking to soften Borjas up to probably go for a submission. What's up, Travis Sturcho? Good to see you, man. How you been? All right, and Borjas on a knee. You see the replay there, the big right hand from Borjas, the biggest shot in the fight up to this point. But Diaz looking to nullify that with some ground control. He's having a hard time getting, you know, Diaz isolated, though. And you got, I hope this lady, look at the guy, look at the striped guy, the guy in the stripes there, and a lady to the left of him. She's in an area that could be a judge's shot. I don't know who the judges are, but I hope to God she's not judging, because she's been looking at her phone. She hasn't looked up at the fight the entire time. No, so that's definitely a judge, I think. That guy's got a pin in his hand. Maybe this other lady wasn't. Maybe I jumped on that. Still, why are you up in the front row in the UFC and the Apex? So many thousands, if not millions of people would love to be sitting where you are, and you're just fucking playing on your phone like a jackass. Good inside leg kick there from Diaz. I mean, I could see like looking down at your phone and interacting phone to show, because I do that. I'm looking down at the comments and stuff, but to just be looking at your phone, not even paying attention to the fights, that's really weird. Big takedown here from Diaz, goes directly to half mount. Borjas is in trouble. Borjas is in trouble here. He might not make it out of this round now. Diaz is extremely competent once he gets on the ground here, and he's pushing down that right knee of Diaz. Diaz really didn't have, you know, great defense before. Or excuse me, Borjas didn't really have great defense before. It was just Diaz just didn't really get the position. I don't think it's on ESPN cable network. It might be. I'm not sure, though. Maybe somebody else knows, because I'm watching it on ESPN Plus. I don't have ESPN cable. Oh, he's got the back. Now he's going to run out of time, most likely, though. Wow, really grounding, really pounding him here, though. He might get a stop. It's going to be very close. 3, 2. Oh, man, if he would have known where the clock was. I think 2 more shots to the head. Tioni was watching closely. He's warning about the back of the head, but I think he was also watching closely to maybe stop this fight. 10-9 Diaz. And let's go into the corner of corners.
Okay, you answered me. Listen, I want you to get into his right. Get off of his right. The kicks are good, but you need to feint a little more before kicking. Keep it low. Let's go to the first one to start around. He's going to give up on this. We know this. He's going to give up when you take him down and start the round.
It was a good leg kick check in that first round from Borjas, too. That's something more we could use more of in the UFC.
The takedowns from Diaz. Well, here's the one that he got later in the round and ended up sliding into mount. And we could hear his corner saying, don't forget the elbow.
I really think Borjas would do better if he came in with a little more of an MMA stance as opposed to a boxing stance.
All right, here we go, round 2. Let's see if Diaz tries to get
Another third. I like. The third. I think it's Bogdan. What's up, Matthew Stubblefield? Cool as Diaz. Round 1 layovers. Yeah. Yeah, not the most entertaining round. Good counter left hand there from Diaz to start out the second. Borjas, I mentioned, was definitely doing much better in the standing. Good left hook there from Borjas. Oh, great combination there from Borjas. Lighten Diaz up there for a moment. He just has to make sure not to overextend. And moving forward's going to help him. Oh, nice 1-2 there from Borjas. Much easier to get taken down when you're moving backwards. Oh, great counter check left hook there from Borjas. And a 1-2 and a left hook. If Borjas can circle and keep from getting taken down, I mean, he is lighting Diaz up on the feet. Oh, there's a nice 1-2 there from Borjas, but he lets Borjas get in. Or excuse me, Borjas lets Diaz get in. And we'll see if Borjas is able to stop the takedown this time. I don't know that he'll be able to. Bogdan Grad, he's 11-1. He can knock people out and submit him. Oh, dude, he's a stud. Nolan. There's a couple studs on this. Kevin Szaflarski of Poland. He's a heavyweight. I expect that to be a fun one, too. I expect him to do well. Look at Borjas reversing Diaz and ending up on top here. I like Borjas' grit. I said I did give Diaz the first round just because I thought he did a little more. And he was so dominant in those last couple minutes on the ground. But now Borjas seems to be getting comfortable on the ground again here too. He's on top. I mean, very few people were comfortable on the bottom. Oh, and look at Borjas letting Diaz get up just a little bit and then collapsing his hips. Oh, but now Diaz works it to get back on top. Borjas sitting up against the fence here. He's been having an incredible round. You got to hope he doesn't just get stuck for the last 2 minutes like he did the last round and, you know, give up all that hard work. Whoa, the over-under was minus 115 on this. That's crazy. So that's already passed. Who was the favorite on this? It was Diaz, right? I'm trying to kind of gauge how good the odds makers are at handicapping these contender fights. I honestly almost just went in and bet all underdogs just to see how it would come out. But, I mean, we can go back and do that too, though. Okay, live money line right now is Diaz minus 425. Good straight hand upstairs and a left hook to the body from Borjas. I think Borjas is winning this round. So it just changed significantly to minus 195 Diaz plus 150 Borjas. It's very close to even now. Oh, both guys land and rock hard shots. There's another good left hook there from Diaz, but Borjas outlanding Diaz over 3-1. Couple of good right hands here. This has been a great round for Borjas. Wow, that was a huge right hand for Borjas. And a big left hook. He might be able to take him out this round. There's a flying knee attempt. And a good left hand there from Borjas. Don't be reckless, but if I'm Borjas, I'm attacking right now. Another big right hand. He's hurt Diaz several times here. And 3-punch combination there from Borjas. Diaz, that was kind of a desperation takedown attempt, and he does not land it. Eats a knee to the body from Borjas. Oh, great shot on the break there. There's a big left hook there from Borjas. I like Borjas' style. Oh, and look at that. The Imanari roll kick at the bell. I had this around a piece going in the third, guys. His opponent is Tom Nolan. His last 3 fights finished. 2 first rounds and a second round KO. Tom Nolan is 5-0. Nice. I'm not familiar with any of these fighters. I wasn't even either, King James. I had to go and do a little research. Well, more than a little research, since, like I said, I didn't know much about them, but you got some really good guys coming from, you know, some other leagues here. LFA, Titan FC, Fury FC, all 3 of those are guys that have, you know, great talent that often send guys to the UFC. And have done it from Contender Series. All right, touch of gloves, and here we go for round 3. Oh, what a right hand from Borjas to start the third. Big 1-2. I am a big Borjas fan right now. I really hope he gets this fight. Good combination there for Borjas. 3-punch combination. Borjas now the favorite by minus 180. It just went to minus 288. So if you've been watching the live odds, oh, big 1-2 there from Borjas a minute ago. You could have gotten 4-1. 3-punch combination there from Borjas. I think Diaz gassed, guys. Oh, nice 3-punch combination from Diaz as soon as I say that. Oh, big right hand from Borjas. Look at the build on Diaz for a flyweight, though. 125 pounds. What's that guy cutting down from? Big knee to the head there from Borjas. And a flying knee and a left hand lands for Diaz. Great exchange. Oh, and there Diaz ducks under the 1-2. Beautiful double leg takedown. And Borjas, he's got to move and he's got to work to get up. He can't be content, you know, to just not take damage here like he was in that first round. And he gave away with that first round. Oh, they definitely have some good cards. Art says they never disappointed me. Yeah, they're usually flat out action every single week. And just body head here for Diaz. He's just, none of these shots are doing much damage. He's just staying busy up against the fence. Oh, look at the hip roll. Borjas, beautiful move. Now he just needs to extend it out. He's up, but he's got Diaz drilling all of his weight into him to get him back down. He's got to pivot from up against the fence here. But he's got to do it in a way. He's got to separate himself from Diaz at the same time. Oh, Diaz gets that leg inside. He's looking for the sweep. You're not going to get it from the outside like that generally, though. That's, well, when he does, but he gets it with that from the other leg. You know, back sweeping that in. When you're straight up against somebody like that, what you need to do is you need to go, in my opinion, you need to go for the inside legs because you have to take out the leg that has the weight on it. So you pick up one, you get that first leg up. Usually, since I'm a right leg fighter, I would go for the left leg. I would get it up, and then you're immediately going to bull in and take out the right. WCS has had some of the most entertaining cards I can remember. Oh, and he broke him. Cristignoni stood him up. Nice 1-2 there from Borjas. And left hand. Oh, big right hand there from Borjas. And another right. Right hand upstairs. Left hook to the body from Borjas. Diaz gets the single leg again. Going for this takedown. A little over a minute left. You're generally not getting a contract on Contender Series if you don't get a finish. So I'm sure Dana White is not happy watching Diaz, go for this little sweep or takedown up against the fence. He does get it. Borjas pumps his ass on the canvas there. Borjas, he's got to work on the takedown defense. I know I'm kind of making excuses for him here, but yeah, he does have to work on that a little bit. Diaz does have good takedowns. All right, he's got about 40 seconds to finish this fight. Good right hand there from Borjas. And stops that takedown attempt from Diaz. Oh, what a beautiful liver shot. 2 big left hooks to the body there for Borjas. Diaz coming back with a big shot, but uppercuts and hooks galore here from Borjas. He is lighting Diaz up like a pinball machine. Oh, big right hand, left hook to the body. Can he get the extra play? Man, that is really sucking the energy out of Diaz, too. Those left hooks to the body. Borjas started on in the very first round. And Diaz swinging up to the bell. I got a 29-28 Kevin Borjas. And the boss likes it. Dana's standing up. Both guys, were punching to the bell.
Kevin Borjas, a plus 300 dog, outstruck his opponent.
So Kevin Borjas might have just pulled off a 3-1 upset here. So I should have just went with my gut and went and bet on all underdogs like I had said. Just don't even look at who's fighting. Just bet all the fucking underdogs. Man, yeah, this Borjas kid, he's got some potential. Got 9 fights at this point, but he had got a knockout in all 8 of his wins. His only loss was a submission. So let's see what the judges think. Never a fun time waiting for the judges because you never know what the hell they're going to do. I'm guessing a split.
After 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for decision. All 3 judges score the contest 29-28 for the winner by unanimous decision, Kevin.
Hey, they got it right, all 3 of them. Holy shit. That's hard to believe.
Kevin and Gallo Negro Borjas from Lima, Peru.
Wow, congrats to Borjas. And, this is the first win he's had that hasn't been a knockout. Like I'd said before, 8 wins, 8 knockouts, just the 1 loss.
Despite getting taken down 5 times, it was 2-1 in terms of significant strikes, and he did a boatload of damage to Victor Diaz.
You know what, though, Dan? I
Yeah,
think that's
great effort for Kevin Borjas. I would like to see him in the UFC. He may get in on this? Oh, and there's Dana's. Dana's giving him some positive words. If he doesn't get on this time, I think we'll see him back on Contender Series for another shot into the UFC. This guy's very entertaining. And I think that's a good sign for all of the flyweights that they have flyweights at all in the Contender Series, because that means, it's not been that long since the UFC was considering folding the flyweight division. And there was a couple guys that fought for it, and there was a couple guys that kind of laid down, and those guys are not around anymore. They haven't been for some time.
¿Cómo estás ahora después de todo eso?
La verdad muy contento, no lo habría hecho sin mi padre, mi profesor, de verdad que siempre está conmigo, de verdad esa pelea se la quiero dedicar a él, porque siempre estuvo ahí conmigo, ¿no?
4-fight win streak for Kevin.
Apoyándome como buen padre, ¿no? Y el cariño que le tengo es muy grande, así que todo lo que él me diga, yo lo voy a hacer. Así me enfade, él me dice, no, si me enfada, me da igual, tú tienes que hacer caso, y eso es lo que yo hago. Me quitó mi celular, me prohibió muchas cosas para estar 100% enfocado. Y mira, no lo habría hecho esto sin él. Esta victoria se le quiero dedicar a mi profe. Gracias, profesor, por siempre estar conmigo.
A lot of emotion, very happy. I'm here with my father, my master. I wouldn't be here without, I mean, it doesn't matter whether he gets mad at me or anything of the sort. I'm always going to listen to him. I wouldn't be here without him. The work that we put in, I would not be up there.
All right, nice to see Borjas having a great relationship with his father, the trainer. We know those don't always end up working out.
Fighter, regardless of how difficult the grappling was, the striking was on point. How important to you? How excited would you be to represent Peru in the UFC?
Una pelea tremenda para dedicarse a él porque enseñaste que es.
I love Lorosenko, but that's a pretty dumb question. How excited would you be to represent Peru in the UFC? Why do you think he's on the show, Laura?
¿Cómo te sientes representar a Perú?
La verdad me siento muy contento, la verdad me siento muy contento porque yo sinceramente no tengo miedo de pelear con nadie. Yo soy un peleador y simplemente peleo, ¿no? La verdad es que me cambiaron de rival 2 veces y tenía estrategias para cada uno, ¿no? Me cambiaron a este último momento y igual lo tomé y dije, bueno, me va a tumbar. Si me tumbo 1000 veces, las 1000 veces me voy a parar y lo voy a chancar. Y eso es lo que pasó, ¿no?
I'm obviously very happy to represent Peru, and I will fight anyone. My opponent changed twice, and I prepared for 2 different opponents, but I said it doesn't matter what happens. He's gonna take me down. I will get
Wow, I didn't realize that.
That's what happened.
His opponent changed twice.
And I started striking.
Congratulations on a tremendous performance. You left it all out there. 4 wins in a row. Congratulations, Kevin. Guys, we'll send it.
So Sucks feed is only messed up during the fights, but the interviews are 1080 HD WTF. Yes. Oh yeah, I would definitely call them and complain, Robert. That sucks, man. Not cool at all. All right, Payton Talbott 5-0. This guy's been an absolute stud. If there's a lock on this card, there might be 2 somewhat locks. Payton Talbott's one of them. I mean, this kid's a stud. There he is.
So, all of my finishes have been TKOs or knockouts. I haven't gone to...
Yeah, guys had some tremendously entertaining
I'm a 3-time A1 combat champ.
knockout.
What separates me from other fighters is that I fight from a different place, and I'm trying to just take my opponent into the deep.
So yeah, he's only 5-0 in MMA.
I have such a high finish rate, and
But he's been in striking sports for a long time.
And I'm not looking to get out of the fight looking pretty.
He's 5-0. He's got 5 knockouts.
A lot of people have padded their records to get here. To where
Also 5
expose a lot of the boring fighters out there.
amateur fights. And what he did is he took all of his amateur fights in the King of the Cage. Those are not tough. It's the King of the Cage Future Legends series. I know that's a great series. He finished all 5 of those guys too. 2 by submission, 3 knockouts. So, I mean, if you count his amateur career, which I know you don't always, but he had he had some pretty tough opponents during that. He'd be 9-0 with 9 finishes, 7 knockouts, and 2 submissions. As it is, his last 2 fights have been Uriah Faber's A1 combat, flying knee and punches, and TKO punches and elbows. That's his last 2 fights. not count out Reyes. Let's not count out anyone, you know, in Contender Series for sure.
Style, and I've proven it, I've done it, put in the work, and my last two fights showed it.
Cortez, I think he really wants that finish now.
I'm just here to show the world. UFC,
And Talbott's only a -148 favorite. I don't want to jinx him, but I mean, I like that bet.
not only am I physically up to par, mentally I'm there, and I know I elevated my game since my last fight. What do I know about Payton, youngster?
I mean, there is a reason that Reyes is here as well. He's 7-2. He was 2-1 as an amateur. Won his first 3 fights. Lost his first fight. It was his 4th fight ever by a split decision. You guys know, I mean, those two could go either way. Wins 2 more. Loses another one by unanimous decision. And then he's won his 2 since then. I highly favor Talbott in this fight, though. I'm surprised he's not a big favorite. He's really only a slight favorite. But it's 5-1 for Reyes to finish this fight within the distance. So Reyes does have 5 wins by knockout, but the odds makers do not expect him to finish this fight. A lot of folks saying the Paul Diaz broadcast was messed up. That wouldn't surprise me. This next kid is multiple A1 champion. I know he is. I've seen his amateur fights. Yeah, Talbott has a great amateur record, man. So Reyes Cortez Jr. to win plus 125. That's Gianni's bets. I'm going to definitely bet against Gianni on that one and say take Talbott to the bank. If I could bet online, if I didn't have to drive all the way to the casino, I'd throw some money on Talbott now. Obviously, fights are hard to pick. I could be wrong, but that's just I'm surprised he's not more like a 3-1 favorite. All right, Payton Talbott making his way to the octagon, and in my opinion, they were probably making the odds. They probably didn't look at him very much, and they probably seen, he's only got 5 professional fights. They didn't look at what he did in the amateurs in that King of the Cage Next Generation. They didn't look at, his wrestling and sports career before then. Yeah, Mike, I'm tired of hearing about Conor McGregor, too. Until I see him in the octagon, I'll be a believer again. Till then, I don't care, right? Yes, 12 KOs, pro and amateur fights for Payton. Yep, plus had a few rear naked chokes. Yeah, I highly favor him in this fight, man. I mean, no disrespect to Reyes, but I think Payton Talbott is, I think he might already be UFC material. I guess we're going to see here. But I think he's going to get a phenomenal win tonight against a tough opponent. A tough guy to finish, though, in Reyes. All right, Reyes 7 years older at 31. Talbott 3 inches taller at 5'10". Talbott will have a 2.5-inch reach advantage at 70.5 inches. And as you see, the odds pretty close here. I'm not sure what the odds makers were looking at when they made these odds, but yeah, like I said before, I don't agree with the odds. All right, Cortez Jr. in the blue, Talbott in the red. Good low leg kick from Cortez. Talbott coming out aggressive. immediately catches a body kick from Cortez Jr. And this is just one of those. Oh, beautiful combination there from Cortez Jr. Good right hand there from Talbott. And Talbott checking kicks immediately. Oh, left and the right land for Cortez Jr. Good body kick from Talbott. And Talbott is a tall bantamweight. Oh, big 1-2 there from Cortez, though. Finds the chin of Talbott. He's got to cover up for those. Good low leg kick there from Talbott. But yeah, 5'10 bantamweight. That's a big bantamweight. Good left hook to the body there from Talbott, and they exchange right hands. Cortez doing a good job finding his fight so far. Lands a beautiful combination. Catching Talbott coming in and a leg kick. Good left hand there from Talbott. Nice 1-2 from Talbott. Cortez Jr. so far has done a good job keeping the range. Good left hook there from Cortez. He doesn't stay where Talbott can use that reach advantage. He's in and out. He's slipping. He's using his head. Good left hand there from Cortez. Talbott answers. Oh, big body kick and a left hook there from Cortez Jr. And the low leg kick. Oh, nice 1-2 there from Talbott. Another three-punch combination from Cortez and the low leg kick, though. Talbott's got to start covering up. Lands a nice left hand upstairs, but he's getting hit too much here. Great left hand from Talbott. Cortez Jr. catches a body kick, takes Talbott down temporarily. Talbott palms back up, but Cortez Jr. going for the double leg here again. And he drags Talbott to the ground temporarily. Talbott back up. Oh, beautiful elbow there from Payton. Cortez throwing the foot stomps in there. A little Marco Huas. Actually looks like... Oh, what an elbow from Cortez Jr. I could see the way Talbott was just keeping himself open on the break. I was waiting for Cortez to throw the uppercut. Instead, he throws the elbow. Double jab and a right hook to the body there from Talbott. But Cortez Jr. had been out striking Talbott so far. Oh, beautiful left hand to the body from Cortez Jr. That seemed to knock Talbott off balance. And it was just a straight left from the southpaw. But it definitely bothered Talbott. I'm not sure if Talbott's looking to his corner or looking for the clock already. Oh, big elbows there from Cortez Jr. Nice body kick from Talbott, but I can tell you, win or lose, what Talbott needs to work on is his defense. He's been very hittable tonight. Oh, head kick from Talbott. Oh, big right hand from Cortez. Snaps Talbott's head back. Left hook there from Talbott and the low leg kick. Oh, both guys land right hands. Big body kick for Talbott. Cortez Jr. with the waist lock, though. He's got the belly to back with about a minute left here in the first. Let's see what he can do with it. This has been a pretty back and forth first round. I definitely think it's going in Cortez's favor right now, though. And Payton, I think, looking to his corner for something, eats another elbow. He's got caught literally looking somewhere else and gotten hit several times here. Oh, good low leg kick and a couple of right hooks there for Talbott. Cortez immediately going back for the takedown. You see significant strikes. Even 26 apiece. Oh, big elbow from Cortez in the clinch. Talbot stalking him down, but he's going to run out of time here. They exchange the lefts. Good head kick from Talbot in the right hand, but it's Reyes Cortez Jr., in my opinion, that did enough to win that round. 10-9. Cortez. Even has a psychology degree that actually can really benefit him when he fights in the UFC. What's up, y'all? So y'all still just waking up from the Corey Sandhagen fight. What up, family? Hey, good to see you, man. Just watching a great night of Contender Series. Sorry, I need some air. I hope that's not too noisy, but Kerry Hatley, the referee for this one. If I hadn't mentioned it, here we go. Talbott's got to work more this round. He's got to work on the defense. Oh, big right hand from Cortez Jr. Oh, nice elbow from Cortez. Right uppercut lands for Talbott. Low leg kick there for Cortez Jr. See, Talbott's not using his reach. He's not throwing from the outside. Oh, big right hand there from Talbott. Everybody's got their own style, but he's waiting basically until he gets within Cortez's range to start throwing. Oh, good body kick and a left hand there from Talbott. Nice body kick again there from Talbott, and Cortez Jr. pushing Talbott up against the cage here. They're going to just announce Strickland versus Izzy for UFC 293. Booyah! I knew it was very close. I knew it might be announced today. Good right hook to the body there from Talbott. Left hook and a right hand upstairs. Much better round here for Payton Talbott. Good combination there. And he's doing a better job of using that reach. See, he knocks that punch down from Cortez. Eats a left hand there from Cortez, though, and a low leg kick. Oh, and they exchange shots. Great left hook to the body from Payton. Both of these kids very game. Good left hand from Cortez. Oh, and the right hand down the pipe. Right hand body kick from Talbott. Lands another right hand as Cortez is holding Payton's leg from the kick. But Cortez brings Payton down just for a second, and then they pop back up. Dana doesn't seem nearly as interested in this fight. It looks like he's kind of about to fall asleep here. It looked like he was definitely at least thinking about something else. Kind of strange. Oh, big left hand there from Talbott. And the right and a left. Now the boss gets up. Good exchange there halfway through the second. Oh, big right hook and a left hand from Talbott. There's a left hook on the chin. Left hook downstairs and the body kick. He's really coming on here in the second. A lot of veteran fighters lose that first round as they're figuring out their opponent. I mean, I'm not saying Payton's to that point yet, but that seems to be what he has done. Oh, big body kick from Talbott. Nice right uppercut from Payton because he's really starting to dominate the stand-up here in the second. Good 1-2 from Payton. And the first round was close. I give it to Cortez, but it could have went to Payton. Good left uppercut there from Payton. Left uppercut, right hand body kick combination from Talbott. Talbott's got to be careful. The only time he's almost getting to... Oh, look at the backflip to get out of that. My goodness. Talbott throws a head kick. Cortez catches it to get out of it. Talbott literally just does a fucking backflip. Right hand and a left hook there from Talbott. That was amazing. Now Talbott's talking smack. I like this kid. Get the job done, though. Oh, that was a liver kick. Big kick there for Talbott. And another, he is dominating this round. 48-16. Significant strikes in favor of Talbott. Beautiful right uppercut from Payton. Payton Talbott tearing Cortez apart here in the second. Good inside leg kick there from Payton. And the left hand upstairs. Oh, nice left hand there again from Payton. He can't get too sloppy, though. Cortez gets the body lock. Oh, Payton, much better job of getting through it. Getting out of it that time. He might have had a little bit of butterflies in that first round, too. Good left hand. That body kick, he keeps getting caught, though. Cortez Jr. keeps catching it almost every single time. He's got to throw that differently or stop throwing that specific body kick. Oh, big counter left uppercut there from Talbott. And a nice right hand. He just looks like a different fighter this round. Flying knee lands for Talbott. Cortez is hurt at the bell. Saved by the bell. Spread alone, be worth putting something on Strickland. I believe Sean gets a lucky punch and knocks out Izzy. He has the power. Underdog spread maybe over 1,000. The beer is always half full, never half empty. Just a beautiful second round for Payton Talbott. That might have been a 10-8. And look at that backflip to get out of... And that got the boss to stand up. He gave him a standing O right there. All right, I'm going to say unless something, knock on wood, something bad happens for Payton Talbott here in this third round, I think he's getting a contract. Good 1-2 there from Cortez, though, to start the third. Another big right hand from Payton. Good little leg kick from Talbott and the left hook upstairs. Oh, beautiful body kick. He went to the other side that time. He kept getting the body kick caught, so he did throw that one differently. Good little leg kick there from Talbott and the left hand. Nice right hand down the pipe from Cortez, but Talbott answers with a three-piece, and he's had great uppercuts. Oh, Cortez catches Talbott coming in for a flying knee, though. Picks him up and slams him. Talbott pops right back up, though. Oh, nice right hook in the left hand there from Talbott. Oh, three-punch combination from Cortez. Ends it with a left hook to the body. Oh, and a big right hook upstairs for Cortez. There's that spinning wheel kick attempt for Talbott. He has one knockout already by spinning wheel kick. Oh, beautiful right elbow and a left hook from Payton. And a nice right hand from Talbott. Cortez Jr., I'll tell you what, I think both of these guys could be in the UFC. Oh, big elbow from Cortez. Nice 1-2 from Talbott and the left hook. And they exchange shots. Oh, spinning back fist attempt there from Cortez. Barely misses. Left hook lands for Talbott. So there's a timeout to look at the cut on Cortez Jr. I mean, it is a deep cut, but it's not bleeding into the eye.
Dr. Felders?
Yeah, it's got an opinion now.
Here we go, brother.
It can talk.
Time in. Here we go.
That's from our esteemed producer.
All right, we'll bring up the 3-minute fight clock now because conveniently that's what we had left. Oh, beautiful combination from Talbott. Oh, he caught him hard.
Ow! Ow! My balls! Restomp the groin. Restomp the groin. Restomp the groin. Restomp the groin. That's fucking illegal.
Man, he really caught him with that, too. Oh, man. Toes, ball of the foot right on the nutsack of Cortez Jr. They can have a timeout here, but man.
It does bring into question. It's just like, can I get a little breather here?
Sure. And for Talbott, who's clearly a momentum and a flow fighter, I mean, this kind of breaks the flow a little bit. We'll see if he can find it back right away.
Have we seen it again?
I mean, they're saying Cortez maybe wants a little time to break the flow. Well, maybe he might not mind that. Cortez, he got hit hard. There's no guarantee he's going to be able to go on up to... Well... Oh, no, that was not as bad as I thought it was.
That angle doesn't look as bad, but...
From that angle, that didn't look bad at all, actually. It's hard to tell, though, because the other angle looked really bad.
Whatsoever, it counts.
And listen,
Did somebody give you that, or did you come up with
No, I came up with
Russian oysters. Look at it from another angle here.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah, he hit him bad. Right on the tip. That other one's just a bad angle.
My bad. My bad.
actually, I blame Dan.
So much.
That cut is.
Yeah, that's gonna need a few stitches afterwards.
Yeah, and the cut's nasty. They just had to look at the cut here for Cortez.
You're tired, so take a minute.
Take your time.
Yeah.
Take your time.
Yo, get up on ground, switch thing. Take the time.
Referee just told him, take your time.
So apparently,
Just get up when you feel like it, walk around, see what you think.
Very smart, because they are screaming at him in Spanish to take the full 5 minutes. Why would you? Why would you not?
I don't know if you guys caught that, but they said Cortez's corner's screaming at him in Spanish to take the entire 5 minutes. I mean, he definitely was the more tired fighter, and he deserves it. I mean, for anybody that's complaining if he takes the whole 5 minutes, he's not the one who kicks somebody in the nuts. Talbott is. When you foul like that, and we don't have a great system to take away points, because for one foul, it's too egregious generally to take a point away, because we only have really 3 points to play with generally. Anything you can get out of it, I will not criticize the guy. As well as coming right back and kicking the other guy in the groin, which is what I would do every time.
Your adrenaline starts.
Because that guy just got an unfair advantage.
It can be hard to kind of get that.
You got to take it back somehow.
You're back in the fight.
But at this point, I do think it's like, all right, I'm trying to get my gas tank back under me.
Yeah, I mean, for Payton Talbott, I mean, he's just kind of standing over here, you know.
I don't think much bothers that kid, to be honest.
That's a really good point, actually.
Yeah, Talbot seems like a very calm
He's a
kid.
psychology major. He's over there having a session with himself.
Oh, yeah, well, that makes sense. Yeah, the psychology major, as Robert was talking about earlier. Okay. Back in. I'll set the 3-minute timer. That's going to be as close. That's going to be 20 seconds off, though. It's actually 2:40. So just pull 20 seconds off of that timer. Talbot was leading significant strikes 3-1 in this round before the stoppage. Good left hook there from Talbot. Nice low leg kick from Talbot. Oh, they knock knees there as Talbot going for like a flying Karate Kid kick. Nice right hand there from Payton. And now the inside leg kick, left hand behind it. Big left hook. Payton Talbot passes Contender Series Bantamweight significant strike record. Previous was 116. He's landed more than that. And Cortez Jr. drags him down for just a moment. I mean, he just broke the record, and Cortez Jr., I mean, he's without a doubt competitive in this fight. Payton's, you know, no doubt won the second and has been dominating the third. All right, back to the center of the cage. Let's see if somebody can finish this. Minute and a half left. Good right hand there from Payton. Left behind it. Oh, misses a flying left uppercut, but Cortez, I think he's still tired. Wasn't able to take advantage there. Oh, nice 1-2 in the right hook to the body for Payton. Oh, big head kick for Talbot. That hurt Cortez. Jab in the right hook, another big right hook for Payton. He might be able to take him out here. Another big left hook, 1 minute left. A couple of good lefts there for Talbott. Oh, another great left for Payton. And Cortez going to shoot for the takedown again. Payton doing a good job of neutralizing him. He's a little tired too. He's looking at the clock. Both these guys a little winded. I mean, this has been a rough fight. 30 seconds left. Good left hand there from Talbott. Cortez Jr. again going for the takedown. What defense by Talbott. Holy crap. That was amazing. That was a deep takedown attempt. Throws a flying Karate Kid kick. Doesn't catch it, but man, Cortez Jr. is so tough. Big right hook there from Cortez. But, oh, spinning elbow lands for Talbott. Right hook to the body. He was trying to finish the fight. Cortez Jr. is just too tough, though. 29-28. Payton Talbott, the boss standing. That's a good sign for Payton. When the boss is standing and clapping after you win, that's not a bad sign. I don't care where you work. If your boss is standing up and clapping for you, it's a good day. I think the closest I've ever had to having a boss stand up and cheer for me was getting a performance bonus. Best takedown defense, I think, in Bantamweight. UFC fighters, watch out. I mean, that's a stacked division, but yeah, I like this kid. I mean, just his 6th professional fight. Like I said, he had, 4 impressive fights in the amateurs. This is the first time he hasn't finished the fight. This will be his first fight that goes to the decision, I believe, in amateur or professional. So let's hear what the judges have to say.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for decision. All 3 judges score the contest 29-28 for the winner by...
So back-to-back fights, 29-28 unanimous. But both of them, I totally agreed with.
Improving to 6-0 with the unanimous decision win, and I don't think we can overlook the fact that when guys have been on the Contender Series before, they have this experience and they come back.
And he had a tough opponent.
They win. This was a tough challenge in Reyes Cortez Jr. for Payton Talbott, and he made it look relatively easy, setting a bantamweight record for significant strikes with 145.
Yeah, I mean that
wow, previous record was 116 for bantamweight in Contender Series. Talbott blew it out of the water with 145 strikes.
Cortez Jr. and just waited his time, and now I think Dana just told him that he broke the bantamweight.
Yeah, he just told him. Dana says you broke the bantamweight record. Congratulations. Yeah, I would be shocked if he doesn't get a contract tonight.
Cortez staying up on his feet after some of these punches that Talbott landed. Talbott's going to put some people out.
I don't know about the best takedown defense in bantamweight already. I think Cortez got like 3 takedowns. I mean, Cortez, his takedowns are great. His wrestling's great. Yeah, I think that's a little premature, maybe, Robert, to say best takedown defense in the bantamweight division already. You see takedowns defended, 12 for Payton Talbott. I mean, that's pretty damn good. Oh, in the Contender Series. I got you. Yeah, I think so.
Out as a tough fight, ended up being an absolute showcase. How happy are you with your performance tonight?
Pretty happy. I feel like I was still a little bit sloppy. It's kind of hard to find the combos with him backing up that much, but I feel good overall.
You set a bantamweight record for significant strikes landed. You got to feel pretty good about that.
Yeah, that baffles me. People should be throwing more.
Talk to me about the second, third round of this fight, because it seemed like in the second round you started
That's funny.
to find
He just
your
says
flow.
people should be throwing more.
You were talking to him. What were you saying about there?
I was just trying to get what I could out of him. I was just telling him it was his last chance and to pick it up and wake up. he just kept backing up a lot. So I hate when fighters do that.
You know, your girlfriend and your mom are here supporting you.
Stepmom.
Okay, your stepmom. Do you have any message for them?
Thanks for making the trip out, guys. I love you, and everybody at El Adobe, everyone streaming at home, love you guys. Your support means the world.
The bantamweight division in the UFC is perhaps the deepest that it's ever been. What's your message to Dana?
My message to Dana is that I'm going to keep coming. I'm going to look better than I look tonight, and I'm going to be a corporate slave for him next 2 years. So.
A corporate slave, I like it. Congratulations, tremendous performance. Thank you so much, Payton. Guys, back to you.
Oh, that's what Dana wanted to hear, but it's maybe not what he should be saying. Oh, this is wants to be a corporate slave for him for the next 2 years. Yeah, you're going to be on that 15-15 contract, or 12-12, I think, even to start out. So I guess he knows what he's getting into. All right, Kevin Szaflarski coming up next. This one's pretty close on the odds too. I really wish I would have bet on these though. Caio Machado, because I would definitely bet Talbott. I told you guys that, and he was not even that big a favorite. This is minus 150, easy money. And this one, Caio Machado. I mean, Caio Machado could definitely win. Tough dude, but Kevin Szaflarski from Poland, I just think he's a better fighter. Doesn't mean he wins tonight. But in my opinion, he's the better fighter. Kevin Szaflarski, I talked about it earlier. 2 first-round knockouts in the amateurs in Tough Enough. Then opens up his MMA career with an arm injury, loses his first fight for an arm injury in the first round, then wins all 12 of his bouts after that. 5 of them by knockout, 4 by submission, just 2 decisions, in those 11 fights. Kevin Szaflarski's a bad dude. Caio Machado from Canada. No listed amateur record. 7-1-1. 4 knockouts, 2 submissions. Just had 1 fight go to decision. His only loss went to decision. He does have 1 draw. It's his first fight ever. And Battlefield Fight League. He stayed there for his entire career up to this point. He's ended his last 4 fights in the first round, one of them with 1 second left. His last 4, 5 of his last 6. He's ended a lot of fights. So watch for Machado to be dangerous early. If this gets to the second round, I think the fight really turns in Szaflarski's favor at that point. I think Szaflarski just needs to weather the storm of this first round. If he does that, I really like him. I hate when they play the music when they're doing the little intro thing, because I wouldn't mind listening to it, but learn a little bit more about these guys. But I don't want to get copyrighted for the music, especially since it's crappy music. How many beers we on, Robert? You're quiet tonight. All right, 8 still up in the chat. If you haven't hit the like button, make sure and do that. Hit that share button. I don't know if that's correct. I had to reopen that. It said 8 watching, only 5 likes, but that can't be correct because you guys always... Yeah, 15 likes. Okay, yeah. We always have more likes than viewers at a time, and I have not seen that on any other channel. You guys are awesome about that. Fight to go the distance, plus 150 on yes, minus 200 on no. These are heavyweights. I know we've seen a few fights go the distance so far, but that was flyweights and bantamweights. About 10 beers deep. I woke up late at 1:45. Waking up at 1:45 in the morning, you sound like one of my teenagers. You're better than that. They're not teenagers anymore. They're in their 20s, but same shit these days.
I asked him a lot of questions and he always helped me. He told me like he expects great things from me. Seeing John win the belt, it fueled me and inspired that. We trained together and I did good.
Okay, so I was already leaning towards Szaflarski, and now I realize he's been training with John Jones. How are these odds where they are at? I would throw $100 on Szaflarski right now if I was at the casino. So 6 hours. No, in the afternoon I didn't go to bed till my mom. Oh, that's right. Your mom was leaving the airport. My bad. 3 a.m. this morning, back to California. Yeah, no, that makes sense, man. I was just razzing you. All right, from Sao Paulo, Brazil, Ciao Machado, and I know I spent most of the time hyping up Szaflarski, but Machado's definitely a dangerous dude too. As I mentioned, especially in that first round. Dude is fire in that first round. See, Machado by decision plus 550. That should probably be plus 5,000. If this goes to a decision, I would be beyond amazed that Machado's hand was rose. He's just not that kind of fighter.
And then just watch her face. Bless her heart. She's gonna be married to the game.
Oh God.
Blood all over.
And Xiao Machado. That's pretty cool though. After a win in Battlefield League, proposes to his fiance. I'm gonna get a quick restroom break in here and some water. I'll be right back. Hey, Sassy. All right, Ciao Machado in the octagon, awaiting Kevin Szaflarski.
In terms of his time with him, he said it was his desire to learn, always asking him questions, always looking to get more knowledge in the fight game, and who better to get information from than the GOAT?
I'm gonna look at the tail of the.
Szaflarski, he just needs to work to tighten up that belly, but at this age, he's probably fine. Machado, a year older at 29. Szaflarski, an inch taller at 6'5". Machado has a half-inch reach advantage at 78 inches. Oh, no weight there. I expect him to say something before they started the round. Here we go. Oh, nice left hand from Machado down the pipe. Szaflarski's got to be careful early. Big body kick from Machado. This is Machado's time. Oh, Szaflarski ducks under a left hook, though. Goes for the takedown. Good defense from Machado. Lands a right hook to the body and a left hook upstairs. Both of these guys weighing in close to the 265 limit. Two big left hooks to the body from Machado and the right hand from Machado. Szaflarski's got to work on that gut. He just does. Good outside leg kick there from Machado, but it's going to hinder his career. Good left hook there from Machado. Right hand to the belly. And it's a big target, too. Great combination upstairs there from Machado. I know there's been a few guys. Roy Nelson, always comes to mind. And the big gut, Daniel Cormier. Who's the guy that does the backflips and shit? Barnett. Something Barnett. Good low leg kick there from Machado. And the right hand. And, the last two fights, the winner has given away the first round. And Szaflarski gets inside with the body lock here. So that's why I would like to, one of these times, I love being here with you guys, but I'm going to have to sit and watch the live bets, because so many times the guy that gives away the first round, that he's just studying the other guy and he's ready to come back and whoop some ass. But you start to see the odds really move when one guy clearly wins the first round. All right, Szaflarski looking for a judo throw, looking for the Taitoshi there on the inside. Lands a good knee to the body. Halfway through the first round, and this is a good game plan here for Szaflarski. I know a lot of people are probably bored a little bit. Szaflarski hanging on Machado, making him move around, making him use some energy. Machado is so dangerous in this first round. I think Szaflarski probably happy to give away the first few minutes of this first round, take a little bit of the steam off Machado. Good knee to the body there from Machado. Szaflarski does need to stop taking so many body shots, though. Machado's really done a good job of keying in on the body. And like I said, not to be mean, but it's a big target. Machado with another knee to the body. I think he definitely landed more shots to the body than the head this first round. So Machado definitely trying to strategize for this fight as well. That just shows you how important this is. Oh, big left hook upstairs from Machado. Oh, and he goes to the body, and then a big combination to the head. And that big gut on Szaflarski, just Machado, he just continued to go to the well, continued to beat on that beer gut, or, whatever it is, pizza gut, I don't know. Big knee to the inside there from Machado. Oh, nice elbow there from Machado on the break. Total strike 61-1 in favor of Machado in the first. Holy jeez. I don't know what's going on. Szaflarski's just not throwing. So I don't know if his plan was to just literally, I don't know if he's sick. Big left hook upstairs from Machado, but I don't know if his plan was to just literally not do anything this first round and wait for Machado to burn himself out. That's kind of what it looked like, but he does not look good.
Takes a lot of gas to get that big truck going.
Going back to the corner. So let's go back to the corner of Szaflarski because I'm really interested to see what they have to say.
His mouth is like this, okay? When he throws, when he's loading, you know, you gotta respond. He's waiting for you to respond for that right. He's coming head open. This is normal.
I mean, if anybody gave Szaflarski that first round, I mean, there should be a criminal investigation. Took offense to that beer guy comment. Hey, I'm talking about myself there too, but we're also not pro athletes, man.
Look how tired he is. Yes, sir. Look at you.
And Machado's corner is saying, look how tired he is. He said, yes, sir. I like the attitude of Machado there in the corner. He's tired too, though. Don't, you know. Yeah, let's not be ignorant. I mean, Machado's definitely tired too. Oh, a 3-punch combination from Machado. Oh, 5-punch combination from Machado to start the second. There is something not right with Szaflarski tonight. And I don't want to take away from Machado's performance, but Szaflarski just didn't show up. Big body kick from Machado. And now the inside leg kick. I can see how John gained all that weight. He's been hanging out with Szaflarski. Oh, big knee to the body from Machado. Szaflarski had went for the takedown, and Machado just kneed him in the belly. Good right hand upstairs from Machado. Machado's smiling. Inside leg kick from Machado. Oh, big left hand from Machado. And that's what Dana White Contender Series is about. Is guys you didn't know about coming in and cashing in on an opportunity. And that's what Machado is doing so far in this fight. I mean, the odds makers were against him. I was against him. His opponent's been being trained literally by John Jones, the greatest heavyweight of all time, or greatest fighter of all time. Good left hand in the body from Machado, left hand from Szaflarski. I'd still give Stipe the best heavyweight of all time. Oh, 2 big left hooks there from Machado. And I don't think John takes it away instantly if he beats a 40-year-old Stipe. I think he needs a few more fights at heavyweight. Oh, big overhand left from Szaflarski. Or, excuse me, from Machado. And Szaflarski going for the takedown from way out. He's just exhausted. I'm curious to hear what he has to say afterwards, though, because he seems to me act like a fighter that like has the flu or is hungover. I mean, it's like he can't do anything in there. Oh, and gets a takedown there, but it was sloppy, and Machado pops right back up. 2:20 left in the second. And, you know, Machado's slowing down here, too, and unfortunately that means this fight's slowing down. So the over-under was 1.5 rounds. For it to go over was minus 140. That just cashed if that's your bet. Man, both guys exhausted. Machado looks fresher. We just haven't seen Szaflarski but able to do anything tonight, though. Eats a big left hook from Machado. I mean, he's just standing there, chin out, eats a big right hook upstairs after taking a left hook to the body. 7 more pounds, and I had 100 pounds, and I lost 100 pounds. That is my goal to hit by the end of August. Oh, that's awesome, man. Down to 225, 308, 225 in a year. I started this weight loss a year and a half ago at 318. That's awesome, man. And significant strikes now, 43-8 in favor of Machado. Most of those strikes landed for Machado in the first round, because just both of these guys are gassed now. I don't see either one of these guys getting a contract unless they come back and do something spectacular. Because right now, this is not must-see TV. This has changed the channel TV. Oh, good right hand down the pipe from Machado, and a nice left hook to the body. And Machado, he's entertaining, in spurts. And Szaflarski checks that leg kick. There's a left hand upstairs. Machado's smiling at him and shaking his head. I mean, the last thing I think he wants to do is piss Szaflarski off, though, because the guy seems to have been asleep all night. There's a right hand from Szaflarski, finally. Can Szaflarski wake up in the third round? No one is getting a contract to this fight, says Robert. It doesn't look like it so far, man.
I swear to God, he's so fucking tired. Why you don't throw that right? When is that right gonna come? We're waiting for that right.
And you hear Szaflarski's corner. Says, when is that? You got to throw that right. When is that right gonna come? We're waiting for it.
You coming back. I see you coming back. You're checking who? Doing what? Hey, you want that contract or not? Huh? Big man is sitting here. You want that contract?
Says, you want that contract or not? Big man is sitting there. I mean, at this point, I don't know that he's going to be able to get the contract. What's up, Wyatt? Congrats on 225, Rob. That's amazing, dude.
The latest episode of The Ultimate Fighter is coming up next after Dana White's contest.
Yeah, it's pretty great, man.
On ESPN 2. Team McGregor taking.
All right. I won't be covering it, but if you're watching this, Ultimate Fighter is next right after this. I got some stuff I need to do, but good left hand there from Szaflarski. And Szaflarski checks that. Good right hand and a left hook from Machado. Actually, if we have 20 people when we're leaving Dana White Contender Series, I'll cancel what I was going to do and do tough, but we got to have some numbers. Good exchange of right hands. 420 left in the third. Right hand to the body from Machado. And the low leg kick. Oh, good body kick there from Machado. Nice left hook from Szaflarski. Szaflarski looking more like Szaflarski tonight, though. And the Polishman takes another attempt at a double leg, but not able to get the takedown. Machado stopped every single attempt tonight. Right hook to the body, left hand upstairs from Machado. Now, Machado, I mean, not only does he need an impressive finish, I still don't know that he's getting a contract. He would really have to put the lights out impressively here, I think. Good body kick from Machado. Right hand over the top from Szaflarski. Machado's been dominant in the numbers, but that's only because Szaflarski's been so inactive. Another big body kick from Machado. Your goal is get under 200 by Christmas. Tough is horrible. It's effing terrible. I can't watch it. I haven't been able to watch it for years. Good right hook there from Machado and a left hand. It should have been canceled after probably the fourth season, and it should have never came back. Maybe 5, but it was done at that point, and I loved it. I was obsessed with it after, coming into the first season. I thought it was great. After 3 seasons, I was like, okay, they're kind of done with this. Good left hook there from Machado. WTF happened to that shoe? Fuck, absolute dumpster fire. Oh, the show? Yeah. Except I'd rather watch dumpster fire. Boring as hell. Bit disappointed. DWCS usually brings out dogs looking for opportunity. I don't think I've seen a good heavyweight. Yeah, they're the fights before this were good. It's just the heavyweights are stinking it up right now. So I mean, hate to say it, but the faster this fight's done, the better. So we can get into a more competitive fight. Good front kick to the body there from Machado. But Szaflarski just, I mean, he needs to apologize to anybody that watches this, honestly. This is just ridiculous. And he needs to go be an accountant or something. I mean, unless he was, like, really sick, he just really dropped the ball. What about Jamal Beer Gut Hill? Alright, so there's a few guys that can do it, but not many. Holy shit, Machado 119 to 18, and there's a big combination for Machado and another. Machado trying to finish it. He's trying hard.
Time in, fight.
And Cristiano telling Machado, make sure your hands are open when you're throwing those punches. He's getting a little wild with the fingers. There's a left hand from Szaflarski, but another big inside leg kick there from Machado. And, I mean, this fight's just been all Chal Machado. Yeah, I have no ambition to see either of these guys in the UFC. And Szaflarski, I mean, you've been training with John Jones. Oh, big left hook upstairs and the left right to the body. Like, dude, this is probably not the sport for you. Another combination from Machado to the bell and a knee to the body. I don't expect the boss to be standing up cheering for this one, though. Chal Machado's friends and family jumping up and down with the Brazilian flag, but
65 total strikes in 3 rounds.
Just not an entertaining fight.
You can see a little damage there on the face of Poland Szaflarski.
I'm more interested in hearing what Szaflarski has to say, though, and what the excuse is for probably the worst performance in the history of Dana White Contender Series. Do you remember ever seeing a worse performance than that from Szaflarski, Robert? None of them give him a contract. Give it to Cortez.
Bigfoot celebrating as he should, likely going to improve to 8-1-1. 2-time national Muay Thai champion in Brazil before moving to Canada. Let's send it to our Octagon announcer, Justin Bernard.
Ladies
All
and
right.
gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for decision.
Should be 30-27 easily.
30-27 for the winner by unanimous decision, Caio Machado.
I mean, I like the enthusiasm, just
His homeland says he actually would like to rep both Brazil and Canada. His wife, Gabby, who he proposed
I just don't think that was the kind of performance that you want to see to get into the UFC.
Ever to get the opportunity to move on to the UFC, he'd like to represent both countries. Kind of cool.
Yeah, very cool. He's come a long way, and that's a big win. There's his dad. You know, he's gonna go
Shaking hands with Dana White on his way back.
Yeah, you notice he went over and to say something to Dana, and Dana, I mean, Dana didn't say a whole lot. You can tell this is not a guy that he's itching to give a contract to.
He landed some shots.
And I guess we're not. I don't think you usually get a statement from the loser in Dana White Contender Series, anyways. But I really want to know what was going on with Szaflarski tonight, though, because that's not been his career up to this point.
I'm sure it's pretty sweet tasting, considering that he's supposed to be here last
No,
year.
he does not reward mediocre.
Across the board. And not the most exciting fight, but definitely a clear-cut victory for Machado.
No question about that. And Machado is with Laura right now.
Thank you so much, guys. Well, Caio, congratulations. Ultimately, a dominant win, your 7th win in a row. Is this the performance that you wanted?
I came to dominate. I was expecting a knockout or a finish early, but 30-27 is a perfect finish for me.
7-fight win streak for Machado.
100 strikes. Were you surprised? I guess it hit.
So that breaks a 12-fight winning streak for Szaflarski.
To be honest, from what I've seen,
in 17 fights as an amateur and a pro. The only fight he ever lost is his first pro fight where he hurt his arm.
I was a little bit surprised to not see you try to take this fight to the ground. What was the game plan?
So, as I said, I knew in the feet I was way better than him. He's a good grappler, so just gonna play my strength and keep the fight in the food. And today I'm black belt in Muay Thai kickboxing as well.
You know, the UFC is always in need of heavyweight talent. What do you feel like you could bring to that division?
I can bring everything. I can fight on the ground, standing. I can wrestle, and I can bring a hell of a show. Every time you can.
I'm gonna call it right now. I think Machado signs with Bellator as soon as the waiving period is over for the UFC. I think it's 30 or 45 days. So if you're on Contender Series, you have to wait so long before you sign with anybody else. So after 30 or 45 days, I think Machado will probably sign with Bellator. I think he'll probably spend a mediocre career there. Szaflarski will probably go off and, I imagine, probably do something else. Or fight. And I mean, maybe he's got jet lag. I don't know. Maybe he needs to fight over in KSW or whatever. But he just didn't show up at all tonight. All right. Two very talented dudes. This should wake us up. Tom, Nolan, and Bogdan Grad.
City, moved away from all my friends and family, and this is all I do. This is all I care about. So I've sacrificed everything my whole life since I was a little kid for this.
All right, Robert. You got Nolan, right?
So was he. I actually thought I was going to lose the fight because I was so
You got Tom Nolan?
Very clear-headed, calm, just ready.
I got the underdog. I got Bogdan Grad. What are we betting? What are we betting, Robert? Come on. I know you want Nolan.
I'm fighting Bogdan Grad from Austria. He's 11-1, but I don't think anyone he's faced is as tough as any of the people I've faced. I think he's been very fortunate to be in this position. I think he's got a bully mentality and he's got to get to sleep. I won't be stopped because of my...
Over under 1.5 rounds. We have yet to see a finish tonight, though. I mean, if you just bet everything to not go the distance, you're rolling in dough so far. You're also rolling in dough if you bet underdogs, because underdogs are 2 for 3, including that first fight, the 3-1 underdog. Getting it done. Wow. That is some impressive highlights for Tom Nolan.
Watching kickboxing, and I came to him and told him that one day you're gonna see me fight there. So
all right, Robert, let's make it interesting.
I mean, it's already reality, but now it's time for the highest of the highest.
I'm going up against your guy.
I like this matchup
when the UFC called me, I knew I am the right man for a big train job. So Tom, big train.
Plus 900 that this ends in the first 60 seconds.
This is where his journey ends.
Is it Dana? I don't know. I guess I'm sure there's been a fight that quick in Dana White Contender Series, but I don't think finishes that quick or, you know, in the first couple of minutes are very common. It's Bogdan Grad of Romania.
At 10 years old, started karate and then kickboxing, and found the Edel brothers, who are really big in the Austrian MMA community.
Making his way to the cage. I'd like one of those Dana White Contender Series hoodies. Should I go on there just for that? That's a nice hoodie. Wonder what else you get. You get a nice shirt.
He's got very clean striking, very, I guess I'd say efficient. He doesn't waste a lot of energy. He's tight with his defenses, but coming into this fight, he's been engaged.
Oh, you got Grad in this one too. Oh, okay. I thought you were big on Nolan. Bogdan Grad, 5-fight win streak, 7 first-round finishes, kickboxing black belt. So yeah, for the second time tonight, I'm taking the underdog. And I'm 2-1 in predictions tonight, actually. I did not predict the last one. I don't know what the hell happened to Szaflarski tonight. Like no one as well, but I know how this is going to go. I mean, I think it could go either way. I was kind of just trying to have fun. But I would bet on Bogdan Grad. Especially since he is a slight underdog. I think he's plus 150 money on Grad. Yeah. Tom Nolan from Queensland, Australia. And if I remember, it's Nolan has... Oh, now you'll take Nolan? What are we betting? Sign up for a DWS fight, Mike, and they'll probably give you a fight kit with hoodie. Yeah, I think I could probably pay the $150 and not get my ass kicked. So let's have fun. All right. All right, Tom Nolan, undefeated, 5-0, 2 first-round finishes, 3 wins by knockout, but he is not just a 5-0 fighter. If I remember right, he had a lot of amateur fights. If I'm thinking of the right guy, I'm looking it up right now. Six amateur fights. 5-0 with 1 no contest from an accidental eye poke. All right, Bogdan Grad, 4 years older at 27. Nolan, 7 inches taller at 6'3". That's a tall lightweight. Nolan's going to have a 3-inch reach advantage. All right, here we go. Inside leg kick from Nolan early, and the front kick to the body. Nolan in the red, Grad in the blue. Oh, Nolan with a quick start here. Oh, big body kick from Nolan. Oh, huge left hand, and he floors Grad. And Nolan on top early. Well, geez, you should have bet some. Maybe you should have bet some real money here, Robert. Because Nolan's coming out like a firecracker.
Class, we know they're going to bring the action, but just Bogdan Grad is so aggressive, so crazy, and then Nolan just so sharp that.
And Nolan just he's trying to break free to grab some ground and pound. Grad going for an armbar from the bottom though.
Yeah,
Look how quick this transition was.
I can't see the angle here.
Oh, Nolan breaks free and lets loose with a huge flurry. And he says, hey, let's get back up. You're too dangerous on the Grad, big boy. On the ground. Oh, another big body kick from Nolan. Grad's got to stop those. Nolan's so athletic. Oh, and a huge shot from Grad. It is all over. Or excuse me, from Nolan. Wrong guy.
You got knocked the
Nolan getting it done. Dana standing up saying, wow, that's a contract. Damn. Shed money, I'm broke this month. ESPN now keeps kicking me out. I'm filing a complaint tomorrow. Yeah, that's crappy, man. Tell me if you're actually able to get a hold of anybody. Because that's BS. I mean, ESPN Plus, it's not cheap anymore. It's $10 a month now. And the co-main event. Wow, happens that quickly. We're already headed into the main. Cesar, Almeida, and Lucas Fernando. KO in under 2 minutes. Yep, yeah, you'd have taken me to the bank on that one, Robert. Yeah, Bogdan Grad just never had a chance to get going there.
But look at this shot. Oh, my God.
Nolan just pinpoint accurate.
One more.
Yeah, that was...
Damn, big left hook, and I'm just 2-2 on my picks tonight, but really didn't know much about these guys till today. Out cold, wow, didn't take long, right? If you'd have let me pay you next month, I would have bet $50. Well, I'm glad I didn't.
Yeah, I think we could probably sign him up.
Yeah,
I think that's going to come to fruition here.
He's number one.
Improving to 6-0.
Yeah, no way he's not getting a contract. He might be the only contract so far tonight. I think Talbott will probably get a contract too.
Referee Kerry Hatley calls a stop to the fight for the winner by knockout, Tom Nolan.
123 of the first round, moving to 6-0.
6'3" for a lightweight. If he were to join the UFC,
Well, you didn't ask, Robert. I probably would have done that.
with 4 others, I believe, Jalen Turner, Ignacio Bahamondes among them, as the tallest men in the division.
Damn, yeah, he is a rather tall lightweight too.
My God, that knockout was perfect.
You know, and we talk about the athleticism too. Does he get some love from the Dana White ownership?
Yeah, Dana just, yeah, I think Dana's basically told him and Talbot tonight that they're getting contracts.
Here's another look.
He was a sniper in there, man. He didn't have to get wild. He's
Fortron contract given tonight. That is my prediction.
big shots coming from back.
All right, we'll see. We'll see what happens in this next fight.
Just look at this. I don't even want to say anything.
I think we got at least two contracts. They basically said it on both of those. I think probably 3 though.
It's one of the most devastating.
All 3 winners, 3 of the 4 winners. Everybody but minus the heavyweight fight, I think gets a contract
tonight. I'm here with
tonight.
a very happy Tom Nolan, and you just told me that that's your first clean knockout. How good did that feel to do it here on the Contender Series?
It felt awesome, and to do it to an opponent who's been trash talking me for weeks, couldn't have been better.
Was that motivating you coming into this fight? And was that the one for the road? There was one for the road there at the end. Was that what that was about?
Absolutely. You know, when I was younger, I dealt with some bullying and I sort of didn't stand up for myself. And now that's not the case. You know, if someone wants to do that stuff to me, this is what happens. Everyone who talks trash to me gets finished brutally, and that was my favorite one so far.
Talk me through the finish. You landed the left hook a little bit early in the fight, but then you found the home, and it was a beautiful finish. You can take a look up here on the screen. Talk me about how you set this up.
Oh, man, what a beautiful left hook.
Oh, that's nasty, yeah. I was going to say it one more time. Yeah, that was a little bit sloppy. Whoops. Bink, out cold. Yeah, that was brilliant. To be honest, my coach, Steve Compton, you know, he's put so much time into me this camp. I feel like every single time me and him...
Buzzing super high. I thought the next fight already happened.
So, yeah, to be honest, like...
Oh, my God, Robert.
Just coming through. I'm working with...
I think they signed 6 fighters from one DWCS card last year. I think you're right, King James. Yeah, I think he gave 4 winners, and then 2 guys had such a good fight, he gave both of them a contract.
We've got Coach Steve, but you also have a tremendous gym at home. They were watching live, and man, were they excited for what you did out there tonight.
Yeah, that's awesome. We're the best gym in Australia, I believe. I think we're one of the best in the world. And
that's great.
A lot of guys coming through. I reckon this is...
All the guys watching from Australia cheering on their teammate.
Listen, you said coming into this fight you wanted to steal the show like Sean O'Malley did. I believe that you did just that. I think I will be talking to you again. Congratulations, guys. We'll send it back to you. Good job, man. Great job.
First
yeah, good shit.
Of Australian Tom Nolan, who's
good shit from Tom Nolan.
As the only Australian
I mean, he was throwing fastballs like Nolan Ryan tonight. Speaking of Nolans, he's throwing 100 miles an hour down the pipe. And Lucas Fernando, LFA middleweight champion, 9-1. LFA super legit. More fighters in Dana White Contender Series have came from LFA than any other promotion. Cesar Almeida fought Alex Pajea 3 times in kickboxing. He's a WKN and WGP kickboxing champion. This should be a hell of a fight. The one thing holding Cesar Almeida back is this is just his 4th professional MMA fight. Fight to go the distance, yes, plus 150, no, minus 235. So that tells you they definitely do not see this going the distance. And, you know, I don't know why we don't have more good middleweight fighters, because it seems like that 185, it's almost like a perfect weight for guys to be where they're they're powerful, but they can still be super athletic because they're not really heavy yet. And you know, maybe the reason we don't see more of a stacked 185 is maybe because they're all dropping, most of them are dropping to 170. There's such big weight cuts now. And Izzy isn't even really, I mean, he's kind of a middleweight. Yeah, but he doesn't cut weight. He's not your typical middleweight. I think he would be... he could make welterweight. I think he might be at welterweight if it wasn't for his relationship with Usman. If they went to a 175, 185, 195, like every 10 pounds, like we've talked about a lot, I think Izzy would move to 195. Or, excuse me, 175. So there's Paul Felder's power rankings. He's got Tom Nolan, Talbott. I got to go back here for tonight so far. He's got Tom Nolan number 1, Talbott number 2, Kevin Borjas, kind of forgot about him from the first fight, number 3, and then Machado number 4. I do not have Machado on there. Well, okay, that's fine to have it. I guess I would have him in the power rankings. I just wouldn't give him a contract, and Felder hasn't said he'd give him a contract either, so.
The final...
All right, it is the main event. Dana White Contender Series, Episode 1 of Season 7. Middleweights Cesar Almeida and Lucas Fernando. Both of these guys highly decorated coming into this.
Eu acredito que a principal diferença, assim, minha, dos outros lutadores é a minha fé. Eu tenho muita fé em Cristo e creio que cada passo que eu dou eu tô em direção.
So in Fernando saying he thinks his faith is the difference between him and most fighters. 26 years old. Rio de Janeiro. I'm an athlete from Pedro Rizzo's gym, he said. Beautiful. I don't know how much I believe in, like, the, God helping fighters or any of that. I mean, I'm not really that guy. But I do believe that if you have a fixed, a fixed position like that in life, then that just gives you one less thing to think about and concentrate on your goals. I mean, I think unless you're some kind of weirdo, I think most of us are probably constantly thinking about, why we're here, what we're doing, what the purpose is of what we're doing. That's why I think a family keeps a guy grounded. I think religion keeps a guy grounded. So doing tough and dwcs on the same night. That's not over yet, is it? No, it's not. I'm not watching tough, though. It is after this for anybody that wants to watch tough. I'm just done with tough. It's a brutal hour these days. All right, and there is Cesar Almeida. I mean, a very capable kickboxer, world champion time and time again. He fought Alex Pereira 3 times, we talked about. He is 35 years old, so out of Extreme Couture, but that's really old for a guy just trying to get into the UFC as a contender. Chris Curtis had already retired by this time once because, he thought he was too old. I don't know if you guys remember, we've been following Chris Curtis for a while because, he's friends with Sam Alvey. I'm friends with Sam Alvey. And, he'd been on PFL. He didn't win the tournament there. I think he got to the quarterfinals. But then he went to, came back, decided to go to a few lesser organizations and got Dana's attention and reignited his career. And now he's a pretty damn good fighter. In the UFC. All right, and we got the first donation of the night, the $1 Cash App. Thank you. I don't, you can say who you are in the chat. It just says your email, so I don't want to give your email out. But thank you for the donation. Thought I was going to leave empty-handed there for a minute. Thank you. All right, 4-fight win streak for Lucas Fernando, the LFA middleweight champion. Just said he fought Alex Pereira 3 times in kickboxing and didn't get knocked out. That's impressive. Tough has become a soap opera. Yeah, not a good one, man. Not a good one. I mean, one of my favorite shows of all time is The Sopranos. I mean, it's a soap opera about gangsters, and I fucking loved it. You can make that kind of thing entertaining, but Tough is just, I don't know. I've said enough. It's not for me anymore. All right, here comes Cesar Almeida, Sao Paulo, Brazil. obviously, you know, no lack
Kickboxing to lose weight.
of confidence on his part.
Winning, Felder.
Not only winning, I mean, winning against the likes of Alex Pereira, fought him 3 times. 1 and 2 against him, but all 3 decisions. This
Oh,
guy
he
is a
beat Alex
fantastic
Pereira.
kickboxer, really good leg kicks, good boxing.
Pro since
It's just
2016,
really
took
gonna
a
come down to how
5-year
much he's been
break
able to work on his
between
overall
his
game, how
MMA
much he's been
debut
able
and
to work.
second fight. 47-8 as a pro kickboxer. So you mentioned he had a couple of world championships. All first-round knockouts in his 3 MMA fights. But very green. Coming in a big underdog in this fight. Oh, not as big as I thought. I don't know if odds moved or I was thinking of a different fight, but he's only plus 170. Fernando's a minus 205. They have moved some.
Fernando coming in at minus
Yeah, this should be a great main event. Oh, I didn't mean to start the fight clock already. Cesar Almeida, 9 years older at 35. Fernando, 2 inches taller at 6'3". Fernando has a 6-inch reach advantage. They got him as a minus 225. That's what I had seen before. DraftKings just moved it to minus 205. So, good inside leg kick there from Fernando. He immediately is going to move inside to try to get the takedown. He does not want to strike with Almeida. He took no time to get on the inside. Gets the sweep. Takes takes Almeida down. Yeah, this looks like it could be really quick here. Fernando looking to his corner, but in 3 MMA fights, I doubt he has the experience to compete with Fernando here on the ground. Oh, he does a good job of getting back up to his feet. Wow. That was impressive. I may not have a good ground game. Well, I mean, Almeida is basically strictly a kickboxer. Yanni just said the late bets for Fernando came in and odds changed. Okay, that makes sense. All right, and they break back to the center of the cage outside a leg kick from Almeida. And the right hand to the body. Oh, left hand and a big right hook upstairs for Almeida. Another right hook from Almeida. Good low leg kick from Fernando. It would not be surprising to see either one of these guys win this fight. Front kick to the knee there from Almeida. And the left hand to the body from Fernando. Outside leg kick. Almeida right hand down the pipe for Fernando. Fernando with that front kick to the belly. Oh, Almeida hurt him with that one. He floors Fernando. They exchange right hands. It's a firefight now. Combination in the body. Now Almeida's got the back. Standing, I didn't think Almeida would have the grappling to try to take this to the ground. Looks like he may want to. And they break back to the center of the cage. Almeida had Fernando hurt. Oh, good outside leg kick from Almeida and then slips a straight punch from Fernando. Oh, Fernando ducks under the right hook, gets a takedown again. Almeida immediately shrimp calling to the fence. Fernando dives forward, though, to get deeper inside the guard of Almeida. Almeida, he's great at getting back up. Oh, Fernando looking for a rear naked choke, though. He's not under the neck yet, but Almeida could be hurt. He's getting hooks in. Yeah, Fernando's getting hooks in. I don't know that Almeida has the experience to fight this off. He's doing a good job so far with the wrist control, but there's a lot of time left. So I think what Fernando is likely to do is he's going to want to break wrist control, try to land some shots probably. No, he's going straight to the crossface. An uncomfortable move, but I don't think he's going to tap Almeida with that. Almeida's too tough. And Almeida reverses and ends up on top. What a transition. He just spins and ends up on top. And now he's raining down shots. A huge elbow from Almeida. And a hammer fist, a world championship kickbox fighter. And he's got grappling skills on top of it. Big shots from the top from Almeida. Another big left hand. And he stands up. He's thinking about going back in. He's not calling Fernando to stand up. He's looking for an entry. I think Tioni's going to tell Fernando to stand up here in a second. Oh, man. Wow, Tononi really gave him a lot of time on that. And he enters into side control. A couple of big elbows there from Almeida. Almeida on top. Wow, he is shocking a lot of people right now, I think. Big shots there from Almeida. Man, not many guys are going to be able to strike with this guy, and he can grapple too. Wow. You can definitely see why they picked this one for the main event. Top talent. Almeida may have a ground game I wasn't aware of. I wasn't aware of it either, man. I didn't know a whole lot about him. I knew about his kickboxing career, and I'm like, oh, 3 fights in MMA. I mean, there wasn't a whole lot to know. Unless you were watching him in training. It's not a whole lot out there on a guy like that, behind the scenes. Tioni taking his time here for some reason. I'm not sure why. Here we go. Remember him in Glory. Oh, nice. Yeah. Yeah, he was a champion in Glory. Beat Alex Pajeda. I mean, oh, nice. Oh, nice. 4 punches and a left hook. 4 straight punches and a left hook land from Fernando to start the second. And he is pushing Cesar Almeida up against the fence now. I wonder if Dana's watching the fights on the screen because that's a better view than through the cage. Because I see him looking down a lot, but I would think he'd be pretty interested in this fight. Oh, and Almeida punishing Fernando for going for that takedown. Hits him with some good shots, but Fernando's going to continue to try to take this to the ground. Almeida's going to continue to pummel him. No, Almeida just holding him up. Double legs. He's like, you want to keep trying to take me down? Lands another big elbow. Oh, this is just genius takedown defense from Almeida. And he breaks free back to the center of the cage. Some guys just have an incredible learning curve, and Almeida seems to be one of them. Oh, big left hook from Fernando. Oh, and Almeida gets the takedown. Fernando comes in for Almeida, reverses him, lands a big elbow from the top. And now Almeida holding his hand over the mouth of Fernando. Fernando already breathing heavy. Guarantee you that certainly didn't help. Oh, he hit him with a right hook right to the clavicle. I'm not sure if that was purposeful, but I mean, man, that's a smart place to target. I mean, a good shot on the temple. I don't see too many guys do that. As far as I know, it's a legal blow. Oh, man, he is raining down ground and pound on Fernando. Almeida just man, he is just beating the brakes off of the LFA middleweight champion right now. He might get a fucking submission. I mean, if he got a submission, that would be amazing. I mean, the odds had to have been easy 20-1. Oh, and he's raining down shots. I don't think he'll get a submission, but looked like he was going to go for one for a minute. And now he's on top of Fernando and half mount. Fernando's exhausted. Oh, big shots from the top here from Almeida. And that's really saying something. Fernando, he's went the distance. He's a champion. I know he had a finish in the late fourth round. I think it might have been his last finish. Late in the fourth round, so he's been deep. Oh, and there he is again, holding his hand over the mouth of Fernando and then up close and personal with the hammer fist and the elbow. Oh, man, that was a nasty elbow. If you're not watching, I mean, Fernando's face is right here. Almeida's hand is right here, and he's just coming up this much, just pounding on his face. That is personal and terrifying. Almeida kind of with that head and arm choke position here. He might be taking a little bit of a rest here. He's going to lean all his weight down on Fernando. Oh, he gets up to try to get a better position. He's standing though. He might let Fernando up here. Oh, more big shots from the top from Almeida. And now he's going for a triangle choke. Oh, he's got him in a crucifix and he's landing unanswered shots. He's actually got him in a triangle here. Oh, he's sitting on his face and he's got his legs wrapped around his head. Almeida is going to be a scary motherfucker. I am telling you right now, remember this day. August 8th, 2023. Cesar Almeida, welcome to the UFC. He is going to be a contender in the middleweight division and a terrifying one. Lucas Fernando is going to have fucking nightmares tonight. I mean, he's literally just sitting on him. He's got his legs wrapped around him, sitting on him and beating on him. Man, he could climb ranks quickly if he's this well-rounded. Dude, I am blown away by his ground game in just 3 MMA fights. The way the middleweight division is, he could be fighting Izzy in 5 fights.
You're wasting your energy. Start to hit him. Hit him, elbow him, get out, come back. Do not take him down. You're not doing anything when you
Okay, let's take a look at some of the
And Lucas Fernando's corner, that's something I would have never thought I would hear from this fight. Do not try to take him down. You're not doing anything. I mean, I'm not sure. So, when you're encouraging your fighter to strike with one of the greatest kickboxers maybe in the world at your weight class, you're kind of fucked. Cesar's definitely tired too, but you know, he looks a lot fresher than Fernando. All right, here we go, round 3. And Aaron Bronster says 10-8 Almeida. I don't disagree. Good 1-2 there from Fernando to start the third. Outside leg kick from Almeida. Oh, good right hand to the body from Almeida. Right hand upstairs from Fernando. That's a bad cut above the left eye of Fernando. And Almeida trips and Fernando ends up on top. Almeida's got to be careful here. This would be a horrible outcome for Almeida if he tripped and ended up in a submission. He's really got to be careful here. Oh, he's definitely very tired. Both guys breathing out of their mouth. Almeida to one knee. Almeida stands up. We'll see if he can break the body lock here. I mean, the only reason he was down is because he slipped and fell. But yeah, both of these guys, I mean, they are huffing and puffing like a rookie after they ran a marathon. And Fernando pushing Almeida up against the fence. They break back to the center of the cage. And, you know, Almeida could have just been trying to conserve energy on the ground. It takes a lot of energy to try to get back up. Good 1-2 there from Fernando. Another 1-2 for him in the left hand. Fernando coming on here in the third. Both of these guys, I think, could beat a lot of middleweights right now. Good 1-2 there from Almeida. Good combination from Fernando. Big right hook from Almeida and a left hook on the chin. Fernando's hurt. And Fernando shoots. His corner told him not to take him down, but it's like, dude, what else do you expect this guy to do? He's getting lit up on the feet. And Almeida now looking to the corner, and I hope he doesn't end up missing out on a contract because he's gassed. This guy needs to be in the UFC. It's just his fourth MMA fight. A couple of good knees to the body from Almeida. And he's 35. He doesn't have a lot of time.
I mean, I guess if you're Almeida, this is kind of what you want, right? Considering that you're winning the fight.
Knee to the body there from Almeida, but they are just... Tioni needs to break them up because they're just bear hugging each other up against the fence right now. Dana's not going to be happy about this. You don't want to give up a contract in the last minute and a half because you're gassed. These guys need to push it. Oh, there's a couple knees to the body from Almeida. If I'm Cesar Almeida's corner right now, I'm going nuts. Whatever it is that pisses this guy off, I'm throwing it out there. And there's a takedown from Fernando. A little sweep inside. Good right hand from the top. Almeida again working to get Fernando off of him. But Fernando may just sit inside the open guard here of Almeida and let the clock run out. I know Dana's not going to be a fan of that. He cares a lot more in these contender series about how much action you bring than whether you win or not. Oh, big knee to the body from Fernando as he gets up. Almeida... Oh, eats a 1-2. He's moving forward, trying to finish this, though. Oh, he lands two big shots. Oh, he's got Fernando hurt. 10 seconds left. There's a 1-2. Can he stop him? Huge left uppercut and an overhand right for Almeida. Big body kick. And that's going to be it.
Cesar Almeida.
He certainly made an effort to finish it there once he got up.
Impressive on the ground, impressive on his feet as well.
I'd say that's got to go to Cesar Almeida in my opinion.
The more active fighter was Almeida, looking to go just...
I got a 29-27 Cesar Almeida, 10-8 in the second.
He certainly didn't look
Roberts says, like I said, 4 contracts. Yeah, you're probably right, man. And there's Dana. All right, he's going to go to the back.
Decide who will get contracts tonight. Season 7 of Dana White's Contender Series.
And think about it. I imagine he already knows who he wants to give those contracts to. He might be back there going over them with someone. I'm not sure if Dana looks from endpoint on those kinds of things from anybody at this point, but it's possible. Wow, I didn't realize this is going into 2.5 hours. I was thinking, man, this is, I thought these kind of wrapped up in 2 hours, but this is going to end up being 3 hours. Close to it. Roberts is 29-27 Almeida.
On the ground, couldn't quite get the stand-up going. He's a young man.
Agreed. All right, here we go. Here's the decision.
Bested tonight.
Let's send it to Justin Bernard to make it official.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for decision. The judges score the contest 30-26, 29-28, and 29-27 for the winner by unanimous decision.
So we did get some 10-8s in there. Cesar Almeida pulling off the upset. That is a bad dude.
4-0.
Just 4 MMA fights, but man, he showed a lot tonight. And there's a lot of potential with this kid. Don't go anywhere. Contracts coming up.
You don't see a lot of 35-year-olds on the Contender Series, but he certainly didn't look 35 tonight. Cesar Almeida with a dominant performance in our featured bout.
Yeah, very impressive. Really showcased that he's been working on those mixed martial arts skills. To win this fight, primarily on the ground, there's his family, very excited for him, as they should be. 35 years young, still showing improvements in his game.
Yeah, Dana had to have liked that.
Very seasoned,
and that was his kids screaming in the background, if you're wondering what that screaming was. Hopefully they didn't allow the kids, they were pretty young, to watch the fight. But maybe, turn the TV on afterwards and tell them he won. I wouldn't want my kids watching my fights when they were little kids. Hell no. Now, when you see Almeida pound into the body, just an incredible performance. Did run out of gas a little bit in the third. But, he ended it on a flurry. He was trying to finish the fight. I'd be surprised if Dana doesn't want to bring him in.
Much, guys. Thank you so much. I mean, you just saw your family there, your wife, your children. What are you feeling right now?
Parabéns pela vitória. Você acabou de ver a tua família, tua esposa, tuas filhas. O que você está sentindo?
They can hear you. They can talk to you.
E a voz, eles podem falar com você, pode falar com elas. Oi, amor. Te amo, tô morrendo de saudade. 3 meses longe. Prepara o café da manhã que sexta-feira eu tô em casa. Te amo. Filha, não vai pra escola.
You see his kids and wife in Brazil crying. They're so happy.
Amo você, Nina. Beijo.
Well, wait till they show the contract first.
Você vai treinar sexta-feira com o pai, viu?
Hi, my love. I miss you so much. I've been away from you for 3 months, but don't worry about it. Hey, get breakfast ready because I'm home on Friday. And don't worry, you're not going to school. You're training with Daddy. You don't have to go to class. You're training. We're training together on Friday, right?
No school for the kids. I love it. What an absolutely tremendous performance. Of course, we knew about the kickboxing coming into this fight, but you showed an incredible grappling skill set. Was that the game plan, to come out here and show how good of a mixed martial artist fighter you are?
A criançada, pelo jeito, não vai pra aula, então. A gente sabia que você vinha com kickboxing, a gente sabia o que você tinha, mas aqui você veio mostrar mais coisas. Você veio tentar mostrar uma performance completa. A gente viu bastante do teu grappling no chão. Era isso que você queria mostrar?
É exatamente isso. Eu treino muito, treino duro todos os dias e escolhi vir pra cá, pra América, especialmente pra Extreme, pra ter muito essa parte minha de grappling, de wrestling, porque eu sei que poucos atletas vão entrar num cage com especialista de kickboxing. tentar trocar kickbox com ele. Mesmo o cara sendo muito profissional e um strike de grande qualidade como é o Lucas e a equipe do Pedro. Essa luta teve uma coisa muito
It's going to be a long translation. I hope he remembers all this shit. Middleweight needs new blood, definitely. Dana will give him one of those development contracts, not a full contract, only because it's few MMAs. That's what I was thinking, Robert. But the fact he's 35, I think he has to just sign him or not sign him at this point. What's up, Kyler? Yo, buddy. I wouldn't be surprised if for some reason he does not give him a contract tonight, but tells him be ready and has him waiting for a last-minute replacement chance to prove himself. I wouldn't be surprised about that. How's it going, Kyler? Good to see you, man. Eddie Alvarez in the house. Cheers, brother. I know this is an early one for some people. Maybe you weren't even off of work yet, but works out perfectly for me because I'm an early morning guy. I have a schedule of a 70-year-old at this point. I'll be going to bed after this and waking up around 2.
Pedro's team, and to me, I was kind of torn because Pedro's like a father figure to me, and that's what the matchmakers did. But I'm always happy that I was able to get the win. And you have not seen the best of me. I'm training every day to try to get better, and you are going to see a better person. I'm training harder and stronger every day to become a more complete fighter.
A dominant and complete victory. I hope I talk to you again very, very soon. Congratulations, Cesar. Guys, we'll send it back to you.
Fabio is one of the best interpreters in the business, and Almeida very humble.
Yeah, that was a lot to interpret. I mean, he talked for like 3 minutes straight, so that was a lot to remember.
Family there too in Brazil watching along. You don't have to go to school when Daddy gets home. I know they are looking.
Dana taking his time on one of these contracts. I wonder if he ever calls. So here's props that paid Nolan by knockout plus 180, over a round and a half, minus 140 on Szaflarski and Machado. Borjas by decision was a plus 1,100. $1,100 parlay would have paid 5,660. That's how they get you to put money on those stupid parlays, though, because nobody parlayed that. I could see the Nolan by knockout and the Szaflarski versus Machado over a round and a half parlaying that, but you're not going to throw the Borjas by decision in there. Middleweight is too stagnant not to sign Almeida. Yeah, I agree, King James. Like I said, I think either they sign him tonight or they don't say anything tonight. They don't give him the contract, and they have a plan to throw him in. Here's Dana.
Week 1, you were a little salty about how the fights went down, but I can tell you are in a very good mood tonight. You like what you saw.
I love the show. I love the show. Yeah, an amazing, first week of the Contender Series. Let's start with Kevin. Kevin, this kid is a dog. And he was a dog tonight. He was an underdog. He was a 3-1 underdog. Came in on late notice. Fought a bigger, stronger guy who just tried to hold him down the whole fight. Got up every time and went to war. This kid's hands are sick. He's only 25 years old. He's my kind of guy. Kevin, welcome to the UFC, brother.
Kevin Borjas, congratulations.
All right. Payton.
So we knew Payton was coming.
Tonight. I think it was like 145 in that ballpark. I don't have the official number. This kid is an absolute.
Kevin Borjas. That was that first fight.
He's moving forward. He seems unfazed by everything that happens. He plays the mental game. He keeps talking to his opponent, which, by the way, Reyes Cortez Jr. is as tough as they come. Tough as nails.
It's the first week, man. So let Dana announce prior to interviewing unsigned fighters, right?
He's only 24 years old. If this kid can keep his head together, I can't wait to see him at 27. Get over here, Payton.
Payton Talbott.
All right, Kevin Borjas, Payton Talbott.
All
so
right,
far
Machado.
in the UFC, first
Not
two
the
fights.
most exciting fight of the night, but let's say this. He was an underdog, and he beat a guy who was on an 11-fight win streak, and he beat him easily tonight. Get over here. We're going to take him, too.
Oh, so they are going to take Machado. So we're looking like 5.
No brainer.
Tom Nolan. Tom Nolan.
I mean, he
shouldn't
was
even have to
dominant.
say anything, but I'm gonna. 6'3",
Yep.
155 pounds. He's a straight killer. Only 23 years old. The only thing I have to say about this kid is you have a bright future, Tom Nolan. Get over here.
Tom Nolan, welcome to the UFC.
That one was definitely a no-brainer.
All right. Almeida didn't even get back there yet. So let me tell you what I'm not looking for. I'm not looking for 35-year-old contenders, okay? So before the fight started, you know, I come in here with a blank slate. I know nothing about any of these guys.
There's Cesar Almeida.
I want to see what they have here tonight. I don't know what they did before they came here. Mick leans over and whispers in my ear and says, yeah, this guy's 35 years old. You know why he's 35 years old? He's got 47 wins in kickboxing with 27 knockouts. He beat Pereira. So now he's got 4 wins in MMA with 3 KOs. How do you not respect this man? How do you not show this man respect? We're going to give you a shot, Almeida. Get over here, buddy.
Cesar Almeida.
All right, there we go. 5 contracts tonight. So Kevin Borjas, we got a flyweight. At bantamweight, you got Payton Talbott gets a contract. At heavyweight, you got Machado. At lightweight, you got Tom Nolan. And now at middleweight, we got Cesar Almeida.
This is how you do it. Everybody that's coming in here next week, this is how you do it. I don't care who you are. I don't care what you've done in the past. It's what you do here tonight. And every one of these kids showed up and did it.
And you didn't need
Yep,
a
5 contracts first week.
No B. Joe Piper, man. Tonight was the way you kick off 10 weeks of the Contender Series.
9 more weeks to go. I cannot wait. Guys, we'll send it back to you.
Oh, wow, what a moment. I'll tell you what, Almeida ran over there and hugged his manager, Jason House. I thought he was going to take him down for a minute.
All right, an exciting start to Season 7 of Dana White's Contender Series.
Kevin Borjas, the first contract awarded tonight. He mentioned it. A 3-1 underdog was Borjas, and he put on an impressive striking display against Victor Diaz. And there's Payton Talbott getting a chat. I like this Talbot kid.
Oh, so do I. So do I.
Got the nose ring back in already, man. A handsome guy. Like, he's 24 years old.
He's got a lot going for him. And you know, and Nolan, my God. Talk about showcasing just some beautiful striking. Almeida just showing a well-roundedness to his game tonight. And like Dana said, I think it's interesting and fun that Dana really tries not to do a lot of research on who these guys are beforehand. He really wants the performances to stand out here tonight.
All right, let's send it back over to...
All right, and maybe that's the best way for everybody to watch Dana White Contender Series,
much,
even if you're betting on it.
To the UFC, what is it like to have Dana White pull you aside and tell you how impressed he was with your performance? What a dog you are. What's that like?
Primero de todo, bienvenido al UFC. Lo cuanto especial es saber que Dana White te llevó ahí al lado.
If you're betting on it, I'm telling you now, and next time if I make a casino for next week, I'm just going to put money on all dogs.
Ya estoy en UFC y es una sorpresa para mí.
Because I think what,
Para todas las personas que me siguen, para todas las personas de Perú.
3 out of 5 underdogs won, or 4 out of 5? I think it was 4 out of 5. I think Payton Talbott was the only no, excuse me. Tom Nolan was a slight favorite. So 3 for 5 on the underdogs tonight. But 2 of them were pretty damn big underdogs. One of them a 3-1.
He's, to me, is the best coach in the world. And to God, I cannot forgive him. I cannot forget him in this moment.
So it's 5 fights, $100 next week, and then I'm just going to throw $20 on every underdog.
That we have, that's our team.
You said many times coming into this fight that this was not just about you getting a contract. It was about you doing this for your family to improve not just your life, but their life. What's your message to your family right now? You're in the UFC.
Mencionaste algunas veces que eso no solo para vos, pero eso también para muchas personas, por aquellos, por tu familia, para darles una familia mejor. O sea, ¿qué mensaje tiene la familia que tienes?
Familia, lo prometí y ahora estamos acá en las grandes ligas. De verdad que estoy muy contento por eso, porque lo logré, ¿no? Lo logré, es un sueño, es un objetivo, el sueño es ser campeón. Así que voy con todo y seguir con mi estilo lucha libre combat, que vamos para la cima.
Family, this is a promise. I told you I was going to do it, and I'm going to keep working at this. I'm going to keep pounding, and I'm going to keep with my style, this lucha libre combat that I'm known for.
So happy.
What's up, PBR Streaking in the house? Yes, good fight.
Kevin Borjas putting on an impressive display, and so did Payton Talbott. We got a couple of young guys here. Talbott just 24 years old, a recent graduate of University of Nevada, Reno, a psychology major. And look at all these hobbies that he has. He wrestled, he played football. A lot of guys do that.
So Talbott and Nolan, the only favorites to win tonight.
Like, oh, that's interesting. You don't hear that very often. His sister opened up a pole dancing studio, and he went there and actually became pretty good at it. It's good for the upper body strength.
It's an extremely difficult thing to do.
Yeah.
And you see there's like crazy competitions. It's very popular these days. You see the studios popping up all over the place. Maybe me and you sometimes pop in,
Just
get
do
a little workout.
Yeah, we'll find out from Payton where
Put
that
it on
is.
the gram.
He's with Senko right now. Senko, maybe you can ask him for us.
Thank you so much, guys. Well, the guys want to know about their prospects in pole work, but we'll get to that later. Welcome to the UFC, and Dana clearly so impressed with the striking. I know you're not an overly emotional guy, but what's going through your mind right now?
This is all just surreal. I never really planned on this from the beginning, so it's cool to see somebody that you used to watch on TV.
Very
shake
calm
your hand and tell
dude.
you that you did a great job.
His demeanor kind of reminds me of
Super
Chase
happy now
Hooper.
and
Chase is a real
so
calm
cloud
dude,
nine.
too.
When you look at the division, what do you feel like you can bring to these shark-infested waters?
I think I can bring some excitement and a change of pace for where MMA has been for a while, and I think a lot of people my age can relate to me.
The striking was on point. You got the win. You got the contract. Congratulations. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I'm going to talk to Caio next. Caio, welcome in. Great job, Payton. Caio, congratulations. You have the UFC contract. I have to ask, was there any worry about not getting the contract tonight, or did you feel confident when Dana was talking?
I wish I could get a finish. I came here to do the finish, and once he said it wasn't the most exciting fight, I got a little bit worried, but I knew that was a dominated fighting, so I deserve it.
All right, like I said, 5 contracts tonight from 5 winners, 3 underdogs getting it done. That's what you like about Dana White Contender Series. They bring it seemingly just about every week. Great start to this one. Later on in the week, MMA this week, of course, we got Vicente Luque and Rafael Dos Anjos on Saturday, but we got a Bellator event before that. I don't even remember what the time is. I got to pull up the time. Storley and Ward. This should be a good fight. Logan Storley, Brennan Ward, that's the welterweight main event. Great heavyweight co-main, Valentin Moldavsky and Steve Murray. James Gallagher returning. Exciting featherweight prospect taking on James Gonzalez. Sidney Outlaw and Islam Mammadov. That's going to be a great fight. Both of these guys, great records. U.S. versus Russia lightweight feature fight. Bellator 298 on Friday. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. As always, I love you. I respect you. And I'll see your fine asses next time.